What'd you do? What the hell did you do, Mars? Are we set now? Are you all right? What happened?
Your names are not up.
My name's not up there?
So that expensive equipment don't work unless...
Is it going to work, Mars?
Mars, is it working?
Are we set?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes.
We're on the air, right?
Yes.
Woo! Just as Pearl Jam Porch was ending, I go to Mars. Hey, man, my settings aren't on the board. We have this board where there's a button, so my settings are different than Ron Beddington's. You probably have your own setting when you do Race Wars.
I don't even know what we do.
Small.
I don't touch that fucking thing.
So I go to Mars. Hey, man, my settings aren't on the board. So he runs over, panics, hits a button, which just throws down all the faders.
Oh, they all dropped.
They all dropped. And then you panicked. Our names aren't up here still there, Mars. It's a hell of a way to start a week of radio.
I think he really got shook in a staircase this morning.
You're one of the lucky few that get to see Howard Stern in the morning when he comes to work.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, Martin.
Yeah, you do. He smell like money?
You're special. You got through all the security, huh?
He got through.
What? Why are you fucking sighing over there?
I guess there was a break in security. I accidentally ran into Howard this morning.
There was a breach? A breach in security?
A breach, yes.
People have come up to me and they said, that's all bullshit, right? You're just fucking around with the old man. I shouldn't say old. Well, yeah, he's at least... Yeah, he's got a bunch of years on me.
Yeah.
And I go, no, it's not bullshit. They close up the entire place nice and tight so he could come to work.
Yeah, they shut it down.
And then we all make believe we're one happy family here at Sirius XM. But you, there was a breach in security, and you got to actually see him this morning. My God, tell us how it is.
Yes,
how it is to see the living legend.
What was it like?
Well, they're cleaning up the kitchen down here on this floor.
Yeah.
So we have to use the upstairs floor.
Oh,
so
boy.
normally what they do is they set guards on the staircase, elevator, bay, and on the hallways.
Guards.
Damn.
Guards, so he could come to work.
Guards.
Really?
Like real guards.
Yes. Yes. We arrive at the same time. I'm here as a witness to tell you there's no one on this floor when we arrive.
Yeah.
Because it's really early in the fucking morning.
Right.
There's no hustle or bustle. There's nothing.
Not even a bustle?
Nothing. I mean, the odds of him running into anybody when he comes to work are slim to none. And the people that would run into him, like a Mars, they don't give a fuck. They got their jobs to do.
Right.
But they use about 6 to 8 guys to shut down the hallways.
I think it's from 4 to 5.
4 to 5 guys.
Yep.
Damn, he got the best life.
Just so this idiot
What a
can
life.
come to work.
That's amazing.
He thinks we're all like, oh my God.
He don't know anytime you might see him in the hall and try to shank him.
But what is it? Because of stalkers? Is he scared that he...
we don't know because there's no one around. There's never been anyone around when he comes to work, when we come to work, and the rest of the morning shows come to work around here.
Right.
I could see maybe later in the day when there is the hustle and the bustle.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's nothing going on.
Like
And they
this
shut
early.
down the whole place tight so he could go to his area.
That's amazing.
Except today.
Except for today, there
And
was
you
a
broke
breach,
through.
and Mars, what happened,
Someone
man?
didn't show up for work, I guess, because I was coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
And I don't pay attention to the time at that time because I'm done with my duties. I'm getting coffee, whatever
No one
have you.
pays attention because they got their own shit to do.
So I'm coming down the stairs, and my stupid ass sees a security guard outside of our lobby,
Right.
but in the elevator bay. And she turns around, she looks all strange at me, and I'm like, the fuck you looking at?
Yeah.
And I keep coming down the stairs, and I look up, and there's the Howards there.
Yes.
I said good morning to Ronnie, and I was contemplating on not saying good morning to Howard, but then I didn't know how that was going to turn out, so I, shyly said good morning to Howard as well.
Hi, Howard.
And what-
Like that? Hi, Howard. I got bad security. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Was it like that?
Hi.
And being in his greatness, did you faint after saying hi?
How tall is he?
Did he say hi
very
back?
tall.
Did they have to give you some smelling salts to get you to come back to life after seeing that greatness in front of you?
The one that was really fucked up was Ronnie.
Ronnie's awesome,
Because
man.
he looked
awesome.
down the corridor, and he recognizes me, of course, you know.
Right.
But you're not supposed to be here. That type of look.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to draw on me or something, but
Oh, please.
I don't know.
You got heat on him?
I don't know. Maybe he does.
There's some heat. There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat on this floor.
I'm sure it is.
I'll tell you that.
There's some fearful white people walking around here.
Boy,
Everybody gonna get shot.
Easily could be a shootout at the OK Corral. Ronnie's awesome.
Yes, he is.
That's too good.
Yes, he is. They both said good morning, and I just went about my business. And
Okay.
Oh, he said good morning to you,
Yes, he
Howard.
did.
Nice.
He, to be honest, he always says good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, to me, he does. Opie.
You ain't saying it to you, Hope.
To me, he does. Opie.
I have a feeling that I might be.
He won't throw you a high five in the morning, in the AM?
I have a feeling this might have something to do with me.
Why?
Well, because he changed his hours, so there was more than a few times that we were passing each other in the hall, and I'm like, this has been going on for so many fucking years.
And y'all never say hi, he never says?
We work at the same place. I don't need or want anything from the guy, but I see him, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say good morning.
Right.
Straight as, I mean, nothing behind it. Just a good morning.
Right.
That type of thing. And then I hear, no good mornings back.
He's like Imus was to him in the movie.
Yeah, well,
Will you go as far as saying that?
we made that comparison, me and Anthony, many years ago. Yes, that's absolutely what happened.
Yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
But is there anything
became
that
a bit
happened?
Imus-y.
Is there anything that happened directly between you and him where he would say, I don't like Opie anymore?
Right.
Oh God, it goes back many years.
So it's not one
What
incident,
is
it's
it?
chips
Let's just
over
put
the
it this way: we took our shots, he took his shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I got plenty of reasons why I don't like the guy. He has plenty of reasons why he doesn't like me. That's fine. But
What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all?
I figured, you know, we're older gentlemen now, and we're
Yes.
passing each other in the hall.
Yeah.
So I've said good morning to him 3 or 4 times at least. It might even be more than that.
And he never.
Nope. And then next thing you know, the hallways are all closed.
The fucking asshole Opie talking to me.
I was just saying good morning. What the fuck? And it wasn't even in a dicky, you know, way. It was as like I said, as straight as possible. As what's the term I'm really looking for?
Sincere?
Here? Yeah, it was definitely sincere.
Nice.
It was
I
definitely
picked the
sincere.
right word.
So, but now
It's too much bad blood, though. Too much history.
I've been in the elevator banks just waiting for him to pass.
Like waiting on him?
No, because you're not allowed in for real.
Oh, they shut it down.
I'm not even allowed to come to work.
What the fuck?
So
He runs this place.
there's a security guard near the elevator banks right in front of the main doors to get into Sirius XM.
Right.
And the guy, I've known him forever. He's like, oh, don't kill the messenger. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. And this guy said, yep, we all think it's bullshit. And then I watched him walk by the glass doors, and then he's like, all right, you could go now.
Yeah, I know he saw you out there freezing, shivering in the fucking cold.
No, it was up.
Right up here.
Yeah, right on the floor.
Does he come in through the main entrance, like off the side?
He's got his Batman entrance.
Yeah, he has a secret elevator or something.
He's got a Batman entrance.
There has to be, right? Yeah, he
With
can't.
his Batmobile and everything. The whole fucking thing happens.
The car fits into the elevator thing?
I will not discuss how he gets in and all that shit, but
He's living.
he doesn't.
He's the big dog around here.
Oh, he's the big dog, all right. And Mars got to see greatness this morning.
Wow, Mars.
Wow.
That's fucking awesome. Are you not gonna?
Did he touch his hand?
I know, couldn't have.
Did he shake his hand?
Could not have touched his flesh.
Don't wash your fucking hand if you shook his hand this morning, man.
But all joking aside, man, I need your backup. I can't get fired for seeing the man. All right?
He's fearful for his job.
Hell yeah. Motherfucker got to play mortgage, man.
You think they'll get you out of here for that? They're like, no.
No, I didn't do anything stupid. You know, I was just walking by.
But have something like that happen
security?
before? Yeah.
I bet you they're in trouble. I bet you need my money.
Oh yeah, they'll be
in trouble.
Reprimanded?
There'll be a problem today.
And I saw one of the security dudes coming in late with a bag, like he went to go get his breakfast downstairs. Motherfucker. Big black dude. Sorry, bro, I had to throw you under the bus, nigga. Saw him coming late. Came up after me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mars, damn. Good for you, buddy.
Wow.
Good for you.
Got my backup?
I got your back as much as I can.
Ain't gonna be working at a Subway's
Give me
sandwich.
Well, that's why Mars was starstruck.
My stock dropped years ago. Good luck.
Now it makes sense. Mars was starstruck. That's why all your mics were fucked up. That's why the board was fucked up. He was like, oh, I was just so frazzled by Howard.
He's all dreamy still.
He's like, I'm sorry, Opie.
Mars is all dreamy and shit.
Damn, they shut the whole shit down for him.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
every pathway that leads to his path to his area.
You ever saw that side of the building? It's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful over there, Ope.
Tim Sabian gave me a tour when I first came over here. He goes, "Oh God, if Howard ever knew that I was bringing you through here, I'd be fired."
Did you touch everything?
And I've known Tim Sabian for years. I go, "So then why are you doing this?"
Wait, which side? There's a whole nother side of the building? Where Howard's side is? Like when you go to the right?
He's got,
it's beautiful over there.
He's got at least, if I had to guess, a quarter of this floor.
Yeah, quarter of the floor.
Wow.
Just to himself.
All the Red Bulls you can drink.
Oh. Really?
And then things hanging up, guitars and everything signed by famous people.
Beautiful.
Pictures with Howard and some of the most famous people you ever saw in your life. Is that Gandhi?
Wow.
Yeah, Howard knows Gandhi.
Yeah, we used to have our own spot on 57th Street when they moved us over here. Tim Sabian, who I've known forever, and he was working for Howard at the time, goes, you want to see Howard's area? I'm like, all right, I guess. I'm like, you're crazy. If he finds out, you're fucked. He goes,
Like on video.
I know, but let's just do this. And then I sat in Howard's chair and everything.
No, you did not. Oh, shit.
Got a whole tour of the area.
Did you take a selfie in Howard's chair?
It is beautiful over there. No, I didn't do any of that shit. Because that would have been fucking problems for so many people.
Yeah, you don't need any fucking thing that ties you back to it.
Howard. Yeah.
Whatever, man. You know, there's bad blood, but I've reached out to the proper people over the years.
Yeah, I gotta squash that, man.
I tried. Fuck it. I'm clean. I'm good.
Yeah.
Spiritually, I'm good. I gave it a shot.
He Imus
Yeah.
too. Now you gotta Imus somebody. That's how you pass that torch along. Who you gonna Imus in the radio business?
I'm gonna fucking Imus Sam fucking Roberts. It's about fucking time I Imus Sam fucking Roberts.
Not Sam.
Yes.
Not Sam.
Please do.
Fuck that half up.
Tranny.
Tranny, thank you. Yes, yeah.
I thought you were gonna say half a rodeo clown.
Oh, you know what I was gonna say.
Half a fact.
Well, I've made good on some things over the years. I've made good. And I tried, so I'm clean. I'm good.
You got a clean conscience.
Fuck yeah.
Good. Yeah, when you're touching a man's shit.
Anyway, Pearl Jam Porch, that's how we begin today's show. Travis went to the show last night at the Madison Square Garden, sold out. Oh. I forgot Pearl Jam was in town. I got to try to go tonight.
So tonight is back at the Garden or is that the Barclay?
One more, right?
Yeah, one more at the Garden.
And then where do they move on to? Probably Boston?
No, Boston's in August. They
Oh.
got 2 days in Fenway there.
And they did Philly too this week?
They did Philly Thursday.
They're not doing
Friday.
Brooklyn? They're not doing Barclays?
No, they did Brooklyn in 2013.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing the Garden this time.
All right.
That's 2013. That's when that was that long ago already?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
Time
wow.
flies. Time flies.
Pearl Jam.
Oh, by the way, to my brother-in-law's in
Man.
Philly, I don't think I'm going to be able to get you Pearl Jam tickets.
When the hookup?
Well, they came and went. I didn't even
Yeah, I mean, I
realize.
can give you my
Yeah,
stub
you
if you
could've hooked
want.
them.
They were asking me for tickets, and I fucking reached out to the ticket lady. I said, "Do you have connections in Philly?"
Right.
She said, "Let me look into it." And I guess my brother-in-laws aren't going to Pearl Jam. in Philly.
No, not this time.
Now, Pearl Jam, they selling out everywhere they go.
Dude, they never
Everywhere.
went away.
That's pretty sick.
That is
That's
bananas.
impressive. Longevity like that?
They never went away. They sort of went away as far as radio airplay goes.
Well, they tour constantly.
They had they were huge, and then they sort of faded away as far as radio goes. And then they just never stopped touring and built up this amazing following.
I'm telling you.
And now
I
the
see
radio
pictures.
play doesn't matter anymore, obviously, because, music in general has moved on. But, the time when it still was important to get some hits on the radio or whatever,
Right.
They were gone from that world for a while.
Right.
Wow.
But now it just doesn't fucking matter.
That's some
They
pictures
sell
of
out.
them.
They sell out everywhere.
Like, even in Brazil, it's like...
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's 100,000 people at a concert. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, they're massive in South America.
What the fuck?
I remember reading an article. It has to be a long time ago now. Basically, it was one of these, whatever happened to Pearl Jam articles,
It's like nothing.
and they're like nothing ever happened to them. They never stopped touring.
Yeah.
But as far as mainstream, media and this and that, they sort of faded away. I'm talking. This is many years ago now, because the whole world has changed, obviously.
Wow.
When it comes to music and touring and all that.
Oh, yeah,
shit.
it's all different now. But they got their own niche.
Yeah.
They're gonna like be like the Grateful Dead at some point. Like people
They
just
sort
follow.
of followed that model at first. They allowed everyone to tape their shows, and they were passing that shit around. And yeah, they were. I think they learned a lot from the Grateful Dead model.
Wow.
So
20 years of selling out. It's a lot.
they never. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, they never went away. They're just amazing. So that's off the album 10, of course, Pearl Jam Porch. We got Sherrod Small, huh?
Go get your tickets tonight.
How?
Oh, you got connections?
I don't
How
have
much are you going
connections
for?
at the Garden. Who's got the connections?
At the Garden?
Jerry fucking Cooney.
Oh!
Get him on the line, Roland.
That's right.
He's calling me twice a week at this point to do his radio show.
Oh, yeah, it's right around the corner right here, right? It's right on the same floor. In the room.
Do him. He gets you
serious.
tickets. You do a show.
He's mad that I didn't go to a Knicks game with him this year. He goes,
Yeah, I sat on the floor with him. Me, Tracy, and him. Yeah, I got pictures of me,
I was
him,
with
and
you.
Oh,
I was
that's
there
right.
too
That
with my
same
dad.
day. That's right.
And my dad tried to get a picture with Cooney with the fist, and Cooney was like slowly putting his fist down.
Right.
I don't know why my dad. He didn't want my dad's fist was like right next to his
Right.
cheek.
Oh,
And my Jerry Cooney is taking the picture, but also like just pushing my dad's fist a little away.
The fall is violent.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
I think those boxers want you to put the fist up with them, but they want yours to look like a weaker fist.
Yeah, yeah.
So your dad's fist was probably too
No,
strong.
my dad was like trying to do like he was punching Jerry Cooney in the
Gotcha.
face, and I was like, "Come on, Dad, I take you here. You're embarrassing everyone."
Let's get Cooney on the phone because we met only a few months ago, and now he won't leave me alone. He calls me all the time, and he's like, "Hey, man, we never went to that Knicks game."
Yeah,
and supposedly he has a huge connection at the Garden.
he's
so.
always
he got
sitting
some
in
good-
that celebrity row.
Always.
Always.
Yeah, his son, too. His son was there with him,
Yeah.
a 17, 18-year-old kid.
Yeah,
Does he box?
I don't think so. I think he's like acting or something.
yeah.
Good looking
That's
kid,
smart,
young
right?
kid. Yeah.
That's smart. So,
Keep his senses.
how was your weekend?
I fucking worked. Did a couple
Yeah.
shows. Did like 6 shows in the city.
Really?
Yep.
I was at Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
How was that?
It was good. Thanks. A lot of people from the show actually came out.
Radio people, good.
Radio people. So
Yeah.
thank you, for coming. It was good. It was
Uncle Vinny's is a good room.
Yeah, it's a good room. Dino, he pays you all in cash, so it's pretty funny.
really?
That's the best.
Always, he's like, I'm
That's the
paying
best.
you this much, but tell your agents I paid you this much. He's old school. He's old school.
That is amazing.
Okay. And then he goes to me, he gives me my money at the end of the night, and he goes, here, take an extra $300. I said, what's this for? He said, 'cause you're Italian. So he gave me an extra $300 because
Wow.
I'm not even
He
that
took
Italian.
300 out of mine because he said, "Cause you're a nigga."
Well, he said we were talking. He goes, you know what? He goes, yeah, just pretty much blacks and women. They don't really sell tickets out here. So I try to keep it the same, and it's just all Italian guys. It's just Nick DiPaolo.
Oh, my God, yeah.
He has Colin Quinn go in there. Who else is there? That's it. I mean,
Who else Italian is a comedian?
Vic DiBenedetto. Sebastian Maniscalco is like the one.
Colin Quinn's not Italian.
I know, but he's like fits. If you're like
He
Irish,
fits it.
like
But
that,
he fits the mold.
He's that
Italian
generation.
Irish.
He's been beat up by enough Italians in Brooklyn.
That's the mold that this guy's looking for.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
it was a good. It's a fun club. It really is. That's a great comedy club.
Didn't they get washed away during that storm?
I don't think so.
Didn't
Is
they
it near
have
the beach or
problems?
something? Where is it?
It's right near the beach,
Yeah.
but it's beautiful. It's like very good set up for comedy. It's good, and he's
That's
a good owner, good guy, funny guy.
Good sound system.
Good sound system. The people, the people there are there's like the New Jersey people, so they have fun. You get to like really, they're not PC at all. You can really beat them over the head with whatever you want to say. And
How's the girls? Any girls in there?
Smoking hot, nice
Smoking hot.
fucking Italian girls, little mustaches.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really?
No,
I'll take a little Italian girl with a Hitler mustache. Why not?
A little light.
a little light, yeah, just a little light stash. They talk like, "Oh my god, I think you're so funny." Like they talk like that. They're like, "We should go out and get Peniella vodka."
Peniella vodka. And then they bleach that shit.
Yeah, they
And,
did.
and then you get close enough, you're like, that's just a blonde mustache now.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, it was-
but they can't really wax it because then they're worried it'll come back thick.
Thicker.
I always like that. I like the little arm hair. The Italian girls add a little
I like
bit
their
arm
own hair.
Just a little bit arm
Yeah,
hair.
I didn't mind that. I used to, like a young Puerto Rican girl, Italian girl, I didn't mind a little arm hair.
It's dark.
Not underarm, not pit hair.
I actually heard underarm when you said that at first, but still,
Right.
on the
Like
arms
forearm.
themselves.
And I love full bush. I know that a lot of people are totally against me, but I love a full.
I mean,
head
every
bush.
now and again, but you will take it every time?
I would like if a girl I was with was like, I don't want to shave. I'd be like, it's fine.
How full though?
I mean, as full as they can grow it. Like
now you're talking my era.
yeah.
I grew up in the age where they weren't shaving anything
At all, right?
Nothing.
Yeah. The first vaginas I've seen I saw in my life was not shaved vaginas.
That's why I think because the first time
It's like grown women
vagina, and I think I remember one time walking in on my mom on the shower, and this was, the late 80s, and she had, full bush, and then I think that's just what a vagina was supposed to look like to me, so then it's always bush.
All the way up the sides?
Oh, you know what?
And down the legs a little bit?
That's too much. No.
Well, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay. So let me clarify. The bush only on the vagina. It can't leave once it starts leaving the vaginal area, it's too much like my dad.
We come from a time it looked like black panties they were wearing. It was all the way. It was, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you like that?
No, I did not like that.
You did not like that? Okay.
No.
Even back then you knew it was wrong?
That's a very good question.
Because it was the first one you saw.
As soon as they started shaving it down into shapes and whatnot, then you're like, okay, yeah, this is way better. I remember thinking that, like, okay, this is way better. But I guess you can't say you didn't like a vagina.
But remember the whole thing about vaginas when you start having sex, it's like, she got hair on her cooch, you can fuck her.
Right.
So if it's like that used to be a symbol of a grown woman. Like if you didn't have a hair in your vagina, you're not a grown woman.
Really?
Yes. So that was a pedophile type of thing.
What if they were 12?
If you had a shaved fucking bush.
What if they were 12 or 13?
And what?
Wow.
That was your defense to the...
Wow, the hood doesn't play.
That was the defense. Yeah. But even on
had
farms,
bush, Your Honor.
even on farms, like in Eastern Europe, this is how they judge adolescents. It's about hair and bush and fucking size.
Remember,
that's the truth. Everybody didn't have a birth certificate.
Right.
Everybody don't know how old somebody is.
Right.
So it's only physical attributes that tells your age.
The hood's like the Wild Wild West, man.
Yeah.
Man, they had all the rules in place in the white neighborhoods when I was growing up. They weren't,
because you grew up in a nice neighborhood.
They didn't. They were
still
still
here in Camden somewhere, nigga.
They were still trying to figure it out. You guys were still killing the buffaloes.
Camden.
You guys were still fucking murdering and slaughtering everything. We actually had towns set up already. Holy fuck, dude. The fuck. Wow,
Oh, man.
Remember you couldn't find anything? That was the problem.
What you couldn't find?
There was so much hair.
Oh, with so much hair that'd be tangled up. You can't even get your dick through it.
You would have to go through some tangle.
Yeah.
Remember you had to go through some tangle?
Exhausting. But that's back when a girls had that much hair on them. That's back when they were in charge of the fucking when it came to me. Like I wasn't in charge of it. They knew more because it was like I was banging older girls. So they were in charge of taking the penis and putting it in.
Right.
I just sat there and enjoyed the trip.
I don't know. I don't think you understand how hairy they used to be, Chris Distefano.
I
It's
think
disturbing.
I was talking about like
Pull it up. Pull up some pictures.
Pull up some hair.
Because I was talking about like a manicured bush, like with he has pubic hair. But what you guys are talking about?
Oh no,
this is like
it was
full
wild. They
Yeah.
didn't even take a scissor to
It's
it.
like a Neanderthal.
yeah, that's Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was Neanderthal.
Get some real pictures.
Neanderthal.
They got the goof
Oh, this is going to
pictures.
disturb your morning.
These are the goof pictures. No, that's about right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's about right.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just
But I mean,
it's
that,
like Balky.
that one had the sense to get it off her upper thighs, but that's
That's
about
a man.
That was a
Get the
woman.
fuck
That's a dude.
That was a woman.
Which one? What are you?
No.
That's a woman.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
It looked like a muscular.
It's
I
staring
thought
him
it was
up.
a dude.
It's ruining everything he knows about men and women.
I think he got a little too excited when he said that too. That's a man.
That's a man. Howard.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
She's
there
hot.
it is.
We're talking about
Now that's a hot picture though. That's
It
like
does.
We're talking about the big triangles, big ones.
Wow, that's huge bush.
Big.
Who's this?
that's
nice.
Dude, for guys like my age, and then when they shaved everything,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we were out.
It was
of
a
our
whole different
fucking
world.
minds.
You liked it. You liked it when it shaved.
It was just. It was like what?
a whole different world.
See, look at this one. This is nice right here. That's hot with the little bush right there.
That's about what we grew up with.
Okay.
Remember back in the day, you couldn't even find porn. I know when I was like young, first getting into porn, I couldn't find porn with girls shaved.
Yeah, no.
It was all hair.
It was,
Right.
it was
This
all
one's disgusting with the roast beef curtains hanging out.
Oh, it's gorge. I love it.
Just
I would just bury my fucking head in that hairy fucking mess.
Look at that 80s hair.
Yeah, what year are we looking at here, Paul?
It's all random.
Oh, it is random.
Yeah, 50.
This one is hilarious. This is just
Look at that chick up there. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But this is basically what we had.
that's
Chris.
disgusting. That's a crazy
I
one.
knew you.
Even her asshole.
Oh yeah, they just.
That's disgusting.
He's about to
There you go.
revisit his eggs. He ate as
Look
well.
at this one.
So what were you talking about?
Yes, this is what I'm. This is
The one that I said that's it, where it's not going down to the asshole. It's just the vagina from the top of the vagina to the bottom of the vagina. It's not going
right.
anywhere.
You talking about a well
left or
manicured
right.
Up top.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not
Up
talking
top.
about. This
Right.
is what we used to deal with.
No, you're talking about just this full Amazon bush. I'm talking about she did some type of manicuring, but
so
there's still pubic hair.
You're happy because it's a bush hat.
Yeah, exactly.
We talking about the full Monty.
yeah. We're talking Hasidic.
Yes, that Hasidic.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I knew you didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
He's talking about manicured down to a nice little presentable hair.
Right. Well, where it's
Right.
a nice big,
No, we
bush,
talking
but-
about never saw a razor.
No, but that's no.
You don't find any women. I don't think many women
No,
have
this is
bush at all
manicured.
anymore. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
There
what you
go.
talk about.
That's a
Oh, okay.
manicured
Yeah,
bush.
that-
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
That came years later.
That came years later.
That came years later.
That shit look. Fucking
We might have been pushing 90 before that shit started.
look at that.
That's too much. That looks like.
Well, that's
It
what
look
we're
like
talking
Robin
about.
Williams' back.
And then look from behind. You know what the fuck you're doing.
Oh.
Where is everything?
Yeah.
It's hairy as shit. But it used to turn me on so much. Because that was the first porn, like the Playboys and the
Yeah.
Penthouses.
Right.
And the Hustlers. It was Bush to blood clot.
Bush.
Even in in the Nerds movie where it's like, we have Bush. That was manicured Bush too.
That's
Yeah.
what. That's what. To see. Yeah. All right. Now we're. God.
Man, now it's getting crazy. Now it's
looked
getting like.
How do you keep that clean?
Yeah, now it looks like it's fucking like Uzbekistan bush.
It's like
This
a
is-
bird's nest.
Yeah.
How do you keep that clean?
There's no way. That's Dingleberry City. Look at it, Bush, and then why does it always have to be a cock in the mouth? Oh, now we're doing
my
anal
God.
sex? Is that where it got to?
Oh my God.
Look at that.
There's a lot of pussies out there that you can view, ain't it?
Damn.
Yeah. That.
We come a long way as a species.
Oof.
And that. I mean, that anal thing. It was. That's
That's
crazy.
a lot of hair.
That anal thing they only invented in what, like 1995?
What? You said it's not
What? So you were when you were younger, when you were a teenager, anal wasn't even a thing.
on that? What are you crazy? Of course not.
Look at the fancy tattoo.
Oh, I would lick everything down there.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, go to town on it, Ope.
That is that's a brand new
Jesus,
thing.
I
man.
feel like I'm eating out. That's a hairy ass man.
I mean,
There's a lot going on down
the whole
there.
anal play started right around the same time the Knicks were last contender.
You don't think the anal thing was a thing for a long time?
Do you? Look at that picture. Tell me, do you?
Oh my God. We can find this lady. He's got a tattoo.
Yeah, fancy. It says.
And the lady's bending over in a tattaoo getting it back.
You would swear.
She has a pretty clean asshole.
I mean, yes. I mean, if you're going to get that close to it.
It's all Maddie, and remember Maddie? Remember Maddie?
Extremely hairy Turkish girls. That's what somebody Googled. Extremely hairy Turkish girls.
There's only one type of Turkish girl.
Turkish girl.
I just love that Chris thought he knew what he was talking about.
He had no
I
idea.
thought this
Oh,
one
my
time
God,
I came on the show, I was
no.
like, I know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
this will
God,
make sense.
no,
And then just
no,
again,
no.
slammed.
Then they
this
finally
is-
started slowly but surely putting it into something.
When you talking
The
60s,
shapes.
early 70s, that's when it was hairy like a motherfucker. Even before then.
We used to call it the 70s Earth Mama Muff.
Could you imagine what your grandmother's vagina looked like when she was 18? A hairy
bush.
mess.
Go 1900s.
1900s Bush.
1900s
here we go.
Bush.
Nice.
There we go. Back to the...
That black and
exciting.
white shit.
Now, this is what we got to enjoy.
That,
Or
there
that
we
first
go.
one. What is it?
You
Oh,
think
boy.
1900s vaginal Bush?
Jesus, what happened to this lady's face?
Oh, man.
Come on, man. We've seen the old porn pictures, right? From the turn
What is
of the
that? Why is
century.
it showing kids' bush?
Why are they showing disfigured kids' bush? What the fuck was that? The internet is evil.
It really is disgusting.
What the fuck
Certainly
was that?
Certainly is an evil place.
All right.
Anyway,
Jeez.
You gotta love it though.
you guys
Yeah.
get the allergies?
Horrible today.
Yeah, I got worse and worse. Like the older I got, the worse the allergies.
Do you have a routine?
A Claritin in the morning, sip of orange juice.
Why the sip of orange juice?
I don't know, vitamin C.
Oh, I tried eating that local honey. They say that'll help your allergies. I've been eating local honey for a year straight. It's bullshit.
It ain't work at all?
No, I'm fucking suffering. I got Dr. Steve to get me on a routine, though.
Oh, really?
What's the routine? What do you mean?
I'm doing Singulair, Flonase, some eye drops, because you get the itchy eyes to the point where you want to rip your fucking eyeballs out of your head.
Yep.
And then I'm doing some kind of steroid spray.
Does it get better as the day goes on? Like for me, it's the worst in the morning, and then it gets better.
I don't know. I guess it would be worse if I wasn't doing all that shit, but I feel all clogged up still.
Do you get the dry cough too?
Yeah, my throat's all itchy and gulpy and fucking
Gulpy.
thick phlegm.
That's like your evil twin brother.
Gulpy.
Fucking gulpy.
Gulpy in the morning. Pew, pew. Pew. Gulpy.
Gulpy has full bush.
But how long do we deal with this again? Every year I forget. Is it the whole month of May?
Yeah, that's most people.
Right?
But then you can get the August allergies too.
I do. I get in the fall a little bit, but the spring. I thought I was skating this year too, and then out of nowhere last week it just nailed me.
Well, I told you that guy Chris Cimino said worst allergy season ever.
Right.
Ever.
What, this year?
This year, it's going to be the worst ever.
I believe it started early, because it started early, too. I mean, we had that quick, warm streak. And
in February,
and then some flowers blossomed, and then it
Where
stopped.
the stupid flowers thought it was spring?
Yes.
They can't figure that out yet?
They got faked out.
Relax, it's one warm day, you idiot.
You stupid-ass cherry blossom.
Right.
Will you learn?
You get so excited. You're an idiot.
Well, you're an idiot. Figure out your fucking internal clock. It's one warm day. Relax.
Dan Natterman has serious allergies his whole life, and he gave me a pill like 3 years ago, and it was the best thing that I ever took in my life.
Strong?
Really?
It was strong, and it worked for days.
What is it?
I don't know. I forgot the name of it, but I got a...
His prescription, though.
Yeah, it's prescription.
Yeah, you always have a tissue.
Yeah.
I just assume it's for other things, though.
Like what?
I don't know. Something.
What, blow? Oh, wiping my ass.
Maybe some
Probably a
play
little
from
bit
the
of
weekend. I don't know.
No,
I
my
just assume.
allergies, like, at
catch
night
some
when I
little
try to
drip.
sleep, that's when like early morning,
Right.
when he's still sleeping, though.
Right.
That's when I start getting a scratch in my throat.
Yes.
And can't breathe. I'm like, oh, fucking life.
Yeah.
You're trying one of these today?
Yeah. Yeah.
You just ate, though.
I know. Well,
Homemade-
I tried to get, I said.
What is that?
This is the blueberry protein from Juice Press. Fucking genius. It's homemade. That's the actual name of it. Homemade almond milk, banana, date, blueberry, brown rice protein, chia seed, coconut oil, vanilla, and almond extract.
So I was just supposed to have this for breakfast.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I ate a fucking egg sandwich and a muffin.
This is supposed to replace the muffin and the eggs.
I thought that this would just negate the muffin. That's why I have a size 38 waist.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't.
You got this for dessert.
Oh, well, shit. Well, it's better than eating ice cream.
It looks thick as shit.
It does.
Honestly, it'll keep me pretty full until almost lunch.
So this is the one and only thing you put in your body is this.
Yeah, well,
for the morning.
For me, it's just hard to eat this early, so I'll do it in.
Damn it! I fucked
I'll
up.
do it in smoothie form.
I should have just had this in coffee.
Yeah, you would have been all right for a while anyway. A couple hours.
I had 4 chicken fingers when I woke up this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
I had leftover chicken fingers for my stepson. I ate his fucking chicken fingers. He wouldn't eat his chicken fingers last night, so I guess my girl was like, all right, so she took it away from him and put it in the fridge. And I got, you set your alarm at 5:45. I took a shower, brushed my teeth, and I was just sitting there, and I opened the fridge to get some orange juice to throw out my allergies. I saw the chicken fingers and said, oh, let me pop these in the microwave for you.
Oh, no.
Hey, chicken fingers, a little honey mustard sauce.
Kids' food. That'll get you every time. Kids' food will make you fat than a motherfucker.
Dude,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's a nice.
They always leave shit behind.
That's what.
And you always like, I can't waste these little bites.
I eat all this shit.
Pizza and chicken fingers
his
and grilled
Go-Gurts.
cheese and a lot of fucking French fries, right?
French fries.
He always gets mozzarella sticks, French fries, chicken fingers, and he eats 1 or 2 of them and then wants to go play fucking Minecraft. And then I eat all his shit. And
You
I
eat the rest.
I'm the one with the fat tits.
How old is he that he's playing Minecraft?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays it with his dad.
They love Minecraft, these kids.
Wait, you got a 5-year-old in that house?
A 5-year-old, yeah.
Might have to do a play date.
Yeah, anytime. You know.
I got an almost 6, and that Minecraft was scaring us, but it seems like every fucking kid's playing it.
Love it.
Yeah.
My daughter loves it. I bought so much Minecraft over Christmas and for her birthday.
It's violent, though.
It's so violent.
And your daughter's a little older.
Well, she's 9 now, but yeah, she's been playing it for a few years.
Does she watch the videos? Does she sit there and watch the videos of other people playing it?
Yeah.
See, that's what he does, and I think that's a little mindless. I'm like, at least play the game and build and learn, because he just sits there and watches
the video. That's
YouTube
the biggest thing.
videos.
That's so huge.
People playing.
My son studied those videos for a while. Like probably when he was 3.5, he started, and then he was begging us for Minecraft, and then he set up he set up a ridiculous world based on all the videos. He knew what to do.
But he built it himself.
He didn't even know how to read when he started this. Right. He knew how to fucking do that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. It could just be ISIS controlling our kids.
Could be.
We don't fucking know.
They say some pretty, like, sometimes, like, you know, he'll be listening, like, so you know, he's my stepson, so I feel like I don't know how much jurisdiction I have, but there's times where,
you can beat him.
They're playing, like, he's watching this, and so these people are commenting, you know, on the YouTube, you know, they're talking, whatever, and then, you know, like, Jasmine will be, like, in the shower, and I'll hear on the video, like, them just playing Minecraft, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, give me that hot pussy, or they'll start cursing, like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know, I just stuck it right in your ass, and I'm like, should I knock on the door and tell Jasmine, like, hey, babe, somebody just said stick the Minecraft right in your pussy, should I tell him to turn it off, or I'll just keep eating his chicken fingers?
He's not even
paying it, he doesn't even get it, like, you know, so I'm like, let him have fun.
Like, and you know, he's your...
And it keeps him quiet.
and he's a step.
And he's my stepson. I'm like, fuck it. Let her mom deal with that. As long as my daughter's not listening to that shit.
When does it get to a point where you go, he's my step? Because your daughter...
You can't ever do that because your daughter's going to follow him.
No, I know.
Your daughter's all in, but come on, be honest. When does it come to a point where you're like, he's my step?
Yeah, there's been time.
I don't have to worry as much.
Yeah, I think it does where I'm just saying...
You don't need a seatbelt.
Yeah, it doesn't... I already took his car seat. You know, he's like small. He's 5 years old.
Right.
He's supposed to have a car seat. But, you know, there was one time where I was just like, you know, I got so much shit in the back seat. I got my daughter's car seat. I got her fucking stroller. I was like, let's just get rid of the car seat for him. So now he just sits there with the seatbelt, and there's times he's like sliding all the way out. The seatbelt is like on his neck, and I'm like, I'll go slow. He'll be fine.
Son of a bitch.
And I'll turn around, and he'll be like swimming out of the seat. I'm like, fuck.
But if that was your actual,
if that was my, I'd have every seatbelt in the car on her. I'd have her strapped in like Dale Earnhardt Jr.
The step kids get a little.
Yeah, they get some of the bad treatment.
I love. He's a good kid. He really is. He's actually.
Yeah.
He really is a good kid.
No, you love the step kids, but if they sandwich fell on the floor, you pick it up and give it back to
a
them.
little. Yeah,
just
I'd be
eat
like,
it, nigga. What you?
I like dive on the floor to protect my daughter, but Tristan, like, you know, he'll be playing out on the balcony sometimes, and like, it's just a couple of.
I'm not saying, you know, mistreat him to the point you're beating the shit out of him.
No,
but I mean, come on, you got your quote kid and your stepson, and you've only known the stepson for
2 years. And there's been times where he's just been annoying and, you know, fucking crying and cock blocking. I'm like,
I mean, eventually you might get there with him.
Yeah. Well, there's times where, like, you know, I walk him to school in the morning, right? And, you know, there, you know, you're always supposed to hold his hand, like, when you cross the street. And there's times where I'm just on my phone looking at ESPN. We're just, like, walking across the street. I'm like, I forgot to hold your hand. Here, grab my shirt. But, you know, with the baby, it's like, I have her
how old is she?
Stroller is like bulletproof. 11 months old.
Oh, yeah, she's still young.
She's young. Yeah. Nah, but I really do actually, enjoy being a stepdad, because it's like, you know, I can have fun with him and we have fun and we play, but when shit hits the fan, it's not my responsibility to discipline him. That's all kind of...
You're more of an uncle toward him.
Exactly. I'm trying to like a fun uncle, you know?
Yeah, the uncle is like this. Don't tell your mother.
Don't tell your mother.
Let his father do the disciplining.
Nah,
I just show you fun.
No, we have fun. He's a good kid.
I assume you're fine. You're good.
Yeah, I put him on my shoulders. I do all that shit. You know, we run around. When I pick him up from school, we take him to the park. I get him ice cream. I do all that shit. But it's just, you know, there's things where I'm like, I can't discipline him on that. It's got to be
right.
It's got to be her.
Yeah.
Is that the commercial where the kid gets the bad haircut? Is that step kids or foster kids? Did you see that yet?
No, I didn't see that.
It's such a weird way to sell the fact that it's good to have I think maybe it's foster.
What, they gave him a bum haircut and said,
yeah,
who
man,
cares?
it's the black kid and the black mom.
What? Wait, what? Now I'm outraged.
Dude, you're usually on all this shit.
It's a black kid getting mistreated and some...
All of a sudden, she gives him a bad haircut.
No,
and then they solve the problem by everyone in the family gets a bad haircut.
And she's like, what can I say? I don't know nigga hair.
Oh, it is foster care. Okay.
No, this is out of control.
This is how they sell foster care. By the way, none of my buttons are working still, Mars.
Mars.
You son of a...
You got Howarded.
Maybe it'll work. Go ahead. Push play in this.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Okay.
That's a weird way to sell that program.
But at least
isn't
she
it?
fixed his haircut at the end. I mean, she just gave him a fade.
At the end, she said, like, all right, I can fix this shit.
It was weird,
That's
though.
a weird way to sell that program, no?
I think so. It's kind of... First of all, why are you cutting his hair in a...
I don't know. Trying to save some money because he's not yours.
But your kids go to a barber, but he got to get his hair cut in the kitchen. You fucking cunt.
Right.
You fucking bitch.
You're not really buying, so I'm going to save a few dollars.
Now I got this foster kid hair in my potato salad because you're trying to save $7. Fuck you, Shirley.
I'm going to save a few dollars. It's a wonderful program. Stop already.
Adopt a kid. If you're out there.
Growing up, we took so many kids in. It
Yeah, I had
was
foster kids.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, we did the Fresh Air Fund,
Well,
What's the fresh air fund?
where you get a black kid for the summer.
what you do to
We
him?
didn't get we didn't go a full summer though.
What happened to him?
It was a girl. I wonder what ever happened.
You got your little taste?
Get your little bush?
No,
You
I
got to
didn't
taste
get
a little black strange, nigga?
Oh, I love black girl. I lost my virginity to a black girl.
I believe that.
I always had a thing for the black girls. Never got it officially done.
That's
You never had sex with a black girl?
Nope.
We got to make that happen.
A little action. I'm fucking good.
I don't
now.
care. I'm talking to your wife. I'm
I'm
gonna make
good
you.
now.
No, you haven't
Yeah,
sex with
come
a
on.
black woman. We're gonna make this
It's
happen.
great.
I told the story when I was doing radio in Buffalo. I started going to the black clubs trying to, get something. They used to laugh at me.
They don't
Did
like
they?
you? I thought you'd be like a novelty for them.
Especially back then.
Back then he was a little skinny twerp.
I was too fucking soft.
Yeah, you wasn't ready for
soft features. I think they need a little.
Need a little bit.
They need a little fucking bump or two.
Like,
They need a couple bumps.
he wasn't manly enough. Like
Not back then, man.
Yeah.
I had soft features.
and that's before Justin Timberlake was a thing, so they didn't like that kind of
Exactly.
nigga.
But I had a good rap. I went a few times trying hoping, and they sort of.
And it was like, beat it, Leaf Garrett.
They kind of laughed at me. I was trying. I gave it a shot.
But no, it's not over though. You still need.
I'm good. I think.
No.
You gotta do it.
I'm good. Yeah.
You get. I lost my virginity to a black girl, and that's it. I went black. My first two girlfriends were black. Then it was Indian. I didn't date a white girl until I only dated one white girl. Everyone else has been black or Puerto Rican.
Yeah, that's the East Coast in you. That's what growing up in this area do to you because you can date everything.
I remember
It's the best.
I remember the very first time I had sex, lost my virginity. She texted me. I had like those bullshit Nokias back in the day. I was like playing Snake, and my Snake got interrupted, and it was a text, Letitia. I was like, oh. And I remember she sent me a text. She goes, "This is true. I swear." She goes, "Yo, your mom's home?" I was like, "No." And then she's like, "I'm coming over," and we were dating for like a month and a half at the. So you're 17 years old. That's a long time. You're already telling each other you love each other, and we're getting married. So it's summertime. So
it was like a half a day at school or no school.
No, it was summertime.
Oh,
it was summertime.
okay.
Yeah. So she comes to my house. I come downstairs. She was a basketball player. That's where I met her. So we played ball together. Yeah. So she has.
They get some cute ones too. It's
No,
all monsters.
never. They were all manly.
Back in high school,
she was cute.
It was cute. You know why? Because some of them ain't going to make it. You talking pros are more manly.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, is some soft girls.
High school, there were still.
Yeah, still girls who just going to be a nurse later, but just play about.
So she had. So I never forget. She had on Fila sneakers because your first time you like take it in because I knew it was about to say
you
shit
take
on
it all in.
Fila sneakers. She had her socks pulled up. She had these short shorts. She had a Latrell Sprewell Golden State Warriors
I love
jersey.
this girl.
Yeah, Latrell. and a do-rag. She had on a do-rag.
She was the dude in this fucking
No, she had on a do, but she was hot. She had a nice body, big tits, whole thing. We were 17. She had a little rib tattoo, so it was like she was hot, right? So so we go upstairs. And
you're nervous as shit.
Yeah, I can't get it up. There's like nothing I can do. She's like trying to.
Why can't you get it up?
Because I'm so fucking nervous. I've never had sex before.
No, that would be over the top.
What do you mean?
I would have no problem.
No, well, I thought I would have no.
I mean, my performance would be lame as shit, but I would have no problem getting ready for the game.
Yeah, but because again, I was 17, I was in love, I was emotional. Right. So I was like, oh, you know, I love, and I couldn't just fuck her. So I was trying to do whatever I could to get up. She was blowing me. It just didn't work. So then finally we get on top, and she had sex already. So she kept calling me. She was like, come on, white boy. Come on, white boy. Like that would like turn her on. And
that's some hot shit.
Yeah, she was like, come on, white boy, you little bitch. And she kept calling me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she kept, and I remember I had like a mushroom haircut, and she's like trying, and like my mushroom haircut is like, I remember it like keeps like going in my eyes and like, and then she punched me in the chest. Like I swear, like that was, I don't know like what her tactic was or what she thought, but like she punched me in the chest, and something happened where like that increased my heart rate and got me going, and I got enough of a chub to get it in, and I lasted like 4 pumps the most.
Right.
It's over. I came inside her because I didn't know, like I was so, and then she was like, oh my God, that sucked. She was like, go get me some apple juice. She said, go get me that. She goes, that sucked. Go get me some apple juice. And then I went and got her apple juice, and then I remember, you know, people joke around and say, oh, I cried after. I really did. I cried because I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. And, like, my emotions tipped over, like, because I was so, like, it broke. And we dated for at least another month, had sex maybe 5 or 6 more times, and that was it.
You were out of your league.
He got raped by Aaliyah. That's what I just heard.
Yeah. No, but she looked fucking, it was great. I'll never forget that Latrell Sprewell jersey.
I'm glad. But first of all, how used to having sex is she that she knew to punch you in your chest?
She knew some shit
to get his dick working.
Well, she was 17, or no, she was 18 maybe at the time. She was already sexually active. Her dad was in jail
for murder. Her sexually active. Okay.
No, for real, like murder. Like he was a real. Like I dated a real deal, like hard-bodied woman.
Right.
My first, and I was a little Catholic school 17-year-old with a fucking mushroom haircut and asthma.
Funny. Have you seen her since?
No, I haven't seen her in 12, 13. Actually, her mother showed up to one of my comedy shows a couple years ago. Yeah, said she has a baby. She's got a man in the husband in the military now. So
how old's the mom? 35?
Yeah, no, seriously, the mom's young. The mom was 35 when I met her because she had her when she was 18, so she was 17. Yeah, 35. Now she's a little older.
Wow, that's great. That's a great story.
Yeah,
I like how she had to punch him in his chest.
That was her tactic.
Were you ever out of your league?
Always.
I remember in college.
I stayed out of my league. That's how I got in the league.
When I was in college, there was this girl. She was half Korean, half Dutch. She was model material, and she was already doing yoga when no one was doing yoga. She was cool as shit.
Yeah.
And she had a crush on me, and I kept it all together until it came time for some physical action, and then I was so lame. I had no game yet, and that was it. Then she knew. And she moved on. I think she started dating like a 30-year-old.
You never got to fuck her?
No, we fooled around a little bit, but even then...
What does fooled around mean, though? Like blowjobs and stuff?
No, not even that. Just heavy petting, kissing, fucking rubbing and shit. And I was 18. I mean, I had a late start to this game.
Right.
When did you lose your virginity? How old?
18.
Oh, at 18.
In college.
Okay.
And so I was real new to the game.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was just completely out of my league. She was already into all sorts of shit, I would imagine.
If she's doing yoga...
And she went from me to dating like some real fucking man that was a lot older than me.
Right.
But I kept it together until it came down to actually getting, doing some stuff.
Right. You kept it like she thought you were worldly.
Man, she thought I was the shit.
Oh, that's fucking hurts. That hurts.
And then we both knew the reason why.
She gave you the look?
Yeah, we were kind of friendly. She lived in my dorm. We were friendly after that, but she was like, "Oh fuck you! You have nothing that I want."
You ever think about you want to make it up to it? Like you wanted to go back after you learned how to use your little Peter Skeeter?
Oh yeah, give me a year. Then I was kind of confident with my game, but I needed a year in the minors.
Yeah, college to get you ready for real fucking.
I needed AAA ball.
Yeah,
I had to work on my curveball.
Like in high school, I was fucking, but I didn't get good to fucking to college.
Right.
I ain't get good at it and got a hang of it.
Right. Yeah, I wonder how long it really took. It took a good year, right?
Yeah.
Easily.
After you realize,
I didn't even get laid again after the first time for another year.
Well, I did.
And then I got into a flow.
Well, I had the first girlfriend I had sex with, and then the second girl I had sex with, I got fucking chlamydia.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I got scared. I didn't have sex for like a year and a half.
Please, she wasn't a black girl, right?
No, she was Indian.
That's what you get.
No, I thought that they were I don't know. I got fucking chlamydia, and then, so now I'm 18 years old with chlamydia. Second time I had sex.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
What?
So now I'm like, I'm never gonna have sex again. Like, cause I'm young. I'm a fucking kid. I can't, and I can't talk to anybody about that. Can't talk to your parents. My friends. I was so fucking embarrassed, and I thought at that time chlamydia was the same as AIDS to me. I didn't know that you could just.
It might as well be
7-day cure.
Yeah,
but you don't even know it's chlamydia back then.
No, the doctor just
no fucking idea.
And I went to a pediatrician. I was still at the fucking pediatrician, so I'm sitting in I'm sitting in Dr. Dubin's office in Howard Beach.
He gave you children's Tylenol for your chlamydia.
Yeah, he's got looking in my ears like I can see Mickey Mouse. And then
he crushed it up in orange juice.
Yeah,
you're reading your highlights magazine, waiting to be called back.
Ready to call back, and then he said, and then they make it like such a stigma. He was like, "Oh, well, were you sexually active? Were you using a condom?" And then he makes me read this pamphlet on like HIV and all other STDs associated with it. And one of the things was like, "Oh, if you have chlamydia or any or gonorrhea or any type of venereal disease, you need to be checked for HIV/AIDS because most patients with HIV/AIDS also exhibit symptoms of chlamydia." And I'm sitting there with my dick dripping. I'm 18 years old. Playing fucking Snake on my Nokia, and and I'm so nervous, and I just took the 7 days and it went away.
Right.
But because then I got chlamydia like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking fine.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
The second time you had sex and that's
chlamydia,
horrible.
That's what I'm saying. So it was hard. Sex experiences were rough for me. That's why I went full fucking bush. I don't know if there's something about the bush just made me feel like mommy's bush.
One of the first ones I had was a smelly one.
Oh, yeah.
I've told the story many times over the years.
Yeah.
Like a fish smell?
Brutal. Turned me off to going, down on a girl for a long fucking time. Because I was young, I just assumed they all were like that. I'm like, I can't fucking deal with it.
Because some of these young girls are a mess. Right. Vagina smell like an unplugged refrigerator.
This one, when you put in your time and you get some experience, then you look back and go, oh, she had a real fucking issue. It wasn't just a little bit. It was over the top bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the short version of the story, and this is the truth. I was driving my Honda Accord from Geneseo down to Long Island for one of the holidays, Thanksgiving or Christmas, and I had my hand out the window most of the time. I couldn't get it off my fucking fingers.
What?
It was brutal.
Jesus.
Fucking brutal. I remember scrubbing to try to get it to go away.
Ugh. That's gross.
And that turned me off from that activity for a long fucking time.
And you could never have sex with her again, right? Was that turned you off from her period? Or did you go back in?
This is a girl who liked you, too.
Oh, no,
she liked you.
We really liked each other.
Yeah, I could tell. Because she went past, she was like, I know. She had to know that was going on.
No, she was my girlfriend. It wasn't one of these things.
Right.
And I just thought, this is it, I guess. What the fuck?
Poor girl. I feel sorry for her.
But see, I'm
sure she figured it out years ago.
She probably knew before and just didn't know how to deal with it.
I don't know. She was 18. I was 19 probably.
See, with me, like
somewhere around there.
Even if I really like a girl, like when I was single, there was a couple of girls I went on dates and I was like, I really hit it off with this girl. Like one girl, she was like in medical school and she was like beautiful, beautiful.
Right.
But then her pussy just had a little bit of a tinge.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know that I'll never be able to make this work with you because of your pussy smell.
Yeah.
And I know that that's shallow, but every girl I've ever been in love with, their pussy has smelled like fucking roses.
Yeah. I agree.
Always smelled great. It has to be scentless. A tinge.
I know a famous chick who has that about her.
Who's got a little stank on it?
Tinge? Little tingy. Little
how tingy?
Earthy, little gamey.
How far,
if you will.
How far uptown?
Smells like elk.
How far uptown is the tinge?
Oh, yeah. What do you mean, how far uptown?
We talking 125th Street tinge?
No, we talking Hollywood. This is a famous chick.
Hollywood.
Okay.
Right.
And a couple dudes told me this about her, too.
That is tingy.
Can you write it down?
Yeah. Off the air, you'll tell?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Nice.
No, write it down. You could trust me at this point.
You already know.
I do.
I thought I told you the story before.
I'll refresh my memory.
Where did I pin it?
I've known you long enough now. I won't fuck you up.
All right.
If I didn't give a fuck about you, I would just say the name.
Wow.
I'll just write the last name.
Let's see.
I have a guess in my head.
Right. Is that how you...
Oh, yeah, but you weren't with her.
No, I'm saying that a couple people told me
I
about.
said that.
Who? But I told you to.
Wait, that's real.
Yeah.
That's my theory why she.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
my
it's real.
theory why she never got married, but I think she's finally married.
You were with her?
Can I say the name? Because it's something I've talked about forever. Wait, you know for sure though.
I mean,
not from personal experiences.
No, but from.
Oh, from
you have to see the way Sherrod's eye is twitching.
Yep, and from another dude who, yeah.
But that was my theory.
I guess you could say it. Who cares?
Really?
I mean,
I don't want to blow up your spot, but it's something I've been talking about forever. Can I say it or not? I don't want to blow because you have like real. No, all right.
Nah, that's not. Let's think about it.
You have real info, but
Yeah.
I mean the people that have been with me for a while, they know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it was my theory for a long time why she was never married.
Yeah.
When she wanted to be married.
Yeah.
It's because she had a stinky.
That was my guess.
Yeah.
That's because that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
But how is a person of that stature? I mean, it's so it must get to a point where she's clean. This woman must be clean. It's just she can't control the scent.
Right.
And where does that come from? Is that is Dr. Steve with Dr. Steve
Oh,
thing a diagnosable
Chris.
condition?
Yeah, it is a diagnosable
I always forget
thing,
the
I
name
think.
of it, but it's
It's like halitosis?
Snaps. We can get him on the phone after the break if you want for a couple minutes. No, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Right. There's nothing these women can
It's
do.
way past the regular, if you're biking for an hour and then...
Right.
This is way different than that.
She's
Right.
clean. It's just there's nothing she could do about it.
It can be like chemical. It's something you can do. I think like you can apply something.
Chronic halitosis. Is that it? I think
But that's from
No, that's mouth.
That's your
No,
breath.
that is mouth.
We talking
But
south mouth.
But it's another tosis.
Halitosis of the pussy. That's what it's called.
Wasn't that a Ja Rule album?
Halitosis of the pussy. Sweaty about you. Your pussy stink like poo.
Are we really looking at an article that says what stinks down there?
Turkish pussy stinks. It's always Turkish with the
Women,
Iraq.
vaginal aromas ebb and flow naturally with your monthly hormonal cycle. But a strong fishy smell, especially after you've had sex, is a telltale symptom of bacterial vaginosis. Yeah, that's it. Bacterial vaginosis.
Okay.
Yeah.
An overgrowth of the bacterium Gardnerella vaginalis. Hey, you might need to know this stuff sometime. The fix, not douching.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck up your pH balance. Apparently, the natural acid is the base balance that keeps your vagina bacteria in check naturally.
By the way, see everybody on the phones know.
They calling in right away.
What
No,
is
they
saying?
know. They know because it's been.
Oh, they know the name.
It's a go-to story of mine.
If you're listening to the show right now, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes,
Call in
look.
and tell us.
No, they
Say
got
the name.
it.
I see them nailing
They
it.
got it. They're nailing it. They
I
know.
wanna see
They're
how
not
many
stupid.
Americans know.
But at least they kept you out of it.
Yeah, kept me out.
You're clean. You're
Yes.
good.
Sherrod didn't say shit.
You're good.
Yeah, but a couple people said it. People said
Every
that.
phone line's got the.
I'm talking about who actually been with her.
Oh, okay. So you got
personal info.
Were you there in Hollywood
How
and they were
bad?
like, smell my finger, and you smelled it
Brutal.
yourself?
Brutal.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
God, that was my theory forever. I love that it's true. According to your sources.
I
can't-
trust my sources.
All right, we can't say the name now because that's some evil shit. Will get you in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
Where's my article? So you don't douche. Not douching.
But that's
Douches
brutal.
upset the natural acid-based balance.
Wow.
Yeah, I've said it. These women, they take care of their vaginas like you have to take care of a fish tank.
Yeah.
They do.
It's unbelievable. What do? We just have to fucking scrub it down in the shower and we're good. We
Let's
can
rinse it off.
We can just rinse it off.
Yeah.
We can leave the house.
Dude, I don't even. I just let the soap suds from like my chest just leak down. It gets cleaned by
proxy.
Yeah, by proxy. I don't actually scrub it down at all.
But women, they got a tester.
They got like the thing you put in a turkey and it's done.
It's unbelievable what they
temperature
got to do.
That's fucking crazy.
It's a mess.
It's the acid-base balance that keeps vaginal bacteria in check naturally. Wash with mild soap, rinse well, and wear cotton underwear during the day and none at night while you're sleeping. Oh, none at night while you're sleeping. Fuck yeah. You want air circulating through that area.
Is that true? They said that in there?
Give the tight skinny jeans a rest, too, and change out of wet or sweaty clothing promptly. If BV doesn't go away or it returns, it's likely or you're pregnant. Oh, wow.
Like Val Venus.
I didn't think the vagina smelled any different.
What?
When the woman was pregnant?
It can, yeah.
I didn't.
Your balance is different.
All right. It is bacterial vaginosis that is causing the smells and to get treated. BV can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease. And make you more, wow.
Ooh.
Wow. You get STDs and everything from this shit.
That's a problem.
All right.
What stinks down there?
Wow.
We got Pam in Huntington. She's a good egg. Let's say hi to Pam in Huntington.
What's up, Pam?
My home fucking town.
Yeah.
Actually, Centerport, right next door.
How are you?
What's up,
good.
Pam?
Good.
Morning.
What do you got on this?
How's everybody doing? Well, it's probably the vaginosis.
Yeah.
Vaginosis. Yes. And that's not a black girl's name, right? It's a real thing?
It's a real thing. You know what? You can get it from either A, having multiple sex partners, or B, just not being that clean down there. So if you don't wipe the right way, it's just a bacterial infection.
Oh.
You got to wipe front to back.
Front to back, just like Mama taught you.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know. I have a daughter now, so it's front to back.
Yeah.
Always front to back.
Front to back.
Always front to back. But even then,
And the
when
only
they have
way
a
to get
daughter,
rid of
it's still
it-
awkward.
Right.
It is the weirdest thing ever.
The worst time of a father's life is when you got to wipe your daughter.
It's really
I've
strange.
been going through it.
Trust
I
me,
know.
my daughter's 9 now. I can teach you. Because
Right.
if you go too hard, you're a molester.
Right.
And if you go too soft, you got a rash,
You
and you're a
gotta
bad
tap it.
father.
Yeah,
You just have
I
to-
know.
And then I'm thinking, if you do it wrong, you're gonna turn them on to some weird fetish. That the dumb seed gets planted in their head.
Yes.
Like she doesn't know, but
Yeah.
I think somewhere deep inside her, you just planted the fetish seed.
And then if you try, like,
that's why I don't play with their feet too much and stuff. I'm really careful with what I do.
Will you be emotional with your daughter?
Yeah, I love her. I hug her. But then all of a sudden I blow in her belly a little bit. I'm like, all right, what is that going to mean now?
Oh, yeah.
And then you
10
get in
years
trouble.
from now.
Like my daughter took a huge, poop the other day, and I was cleaning her, and then in the course of cleaning her, I put the wet wipe around my finger, and I went into her butthole a little bit to get some excess poop.
Did she give you the face?
Yeah, and then my girlfriend walks in and goes, "Why do you have your finger in her butthole?" I said, "What? What are you talking? I'm cleaning her butthole." She said, you don't have to put your finger in her butt like that."
You just planted some weird fetish seed. I'm telling you.
And then I fucking sat in the shower for an hour and a half, and I felt disgusting because I thought I was just doing the right thing. It's impossible to clean a little girl.
First of all, your girl shouldn't make you feel so bad about it, for one thing.
Right.
You learning on the job. You don't fucking know how to wipe a baby's ass.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
And as a father, you already know you only wipe what you see.
I was like, where the fuck were you doing,
You don't
Zumba?
start spreading the lips and looking inside the butthole.
That's so
that's for
You
the
don't
mom.
spread the lip?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
really?
for the mom.
No.
But if then you
What I
gotta check
see-
if there's poop in there.
No, what I see, I wipe.
You are thorough, nigga.
Yo, I'm not fucking around. I gotta make
He's
sure.
got a toothbrush in there with alcohol on it. Let me get my on them lips.
I'm cleaning it like it's a fucking pot. Yeah,
That's my thing. I mean, I think I truly, I don't have any schooling on this, but I truly believe the fathers, indirectly by accident in most cases, are the ones that turn them on to the fetish.
Maybe.
Because you did some weird innocent thing when they were like young, and then they plant some weird fucking seed that pops out later when they're sexually active. I'm almost convinced of it. Am I nuts?
No, I think you might be onto something. Something triggers something.
You're not far off.
I'm probably
You're not far
nuts, yes. But I mean, am I nuts about this point?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Do you understand what I'm saying, though? You're probably a real careful.
I think my love of having my balls touched started as a toddler. Just from being cleaned by a nurse or my mother or somebody.
Innocently.
Innocently.
Okay.
Innocent enough.
You don't feel like it was because you were
Innocent
molested or
enough.
anything, but it was some innocent thing that they did when you were young.
Yeah, a warm towel on your a warm wet towel on your little baby balls. You go like this. I'm gonna like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna have that again later.
Right.
Probably in somebody's mouth.
Oh, Jesus. Yes, Pam.
Telltale sign that she has it without smelling down there. is
Yeah.
you go out to dinner and she's not drinking. The antibiotic that they give you is so strong that if you drink, you'll probably get a seizure. So
Oh,
she's
Jesus.
typically a
Damn.
drinker. Yeah,
Or she's pregnant.
flagell.
No, I when I was in that world, then I would do the test.
What?
Okay.
With the finger?
One little finger, and then when she's not looking, you make sure you get that up to your nose.
Yeah,
and
that's
like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, don't know about the pregnancy stuff yet.
Plus, girls are a mess with their vaginas. Some girls, you go down there and there's still toilet paper left in it. It's like, what is this? What do you wipe? What is this?
Hey, guys, you have a good day, okay?
All right, see you later.
What? That's too much for you, Pam.
Fucking Pam.
We lost though on the little bits of toilet paper left in the pussy lips.
Sorry, Pam.
Girls are a mess. Let's be honest here.
So we're having a conversation, an adult conversation. Yeah.
Have a good day.
Have a good fucking
Pam's
day.
like, have a good day. I can't listen to this.
How strong is the medicine? If you take it with alcohol, you get seizures? What
That's
the fuck
crazy.
is going on with women?
I don't know. That is nuts. I don't know.
Gay men, when they don't got to deal with this.
What do they have to
A
deal
gay
with?
man ain't got to deal with it, but what a vagina doing.
Yeah, but when you got an asshole is even worse.
I'm sure.
To keep an asshole clean, that's keep a guy's asshole clean has got to be near impossible. For the gay community, it's got to be the smells you must smell.
Okay.
There's only one way to find out. Let's pull it up, boys.
Please don't.
Get up, weird Turkish gay assholes.
Oh, no. No.
Come on, E-Rock. Pull it up. He's going to pull it up.
Oh, no.
ISIS is the first thing E-Rock's got pulled up.
I covered my eyes. Okay, what?
No, get Turkish. Hairy Turkish gay assholes.
Cleanings.
Turkish. All right, he's going.
Be brutal. Oh.
Look at this shit. Oh, look at that. Looks like Joe DeRosa.
Oh,
And what's this area?
Oh, no.
Is that supposed to be a butthole?
Yeah, he's got two buttholes.
Was that supposed to be a butt, another butt, but then nature decided last minute to not make that area
They
another
scratched
butt?
it?
If you go,
What is that?
No.
guys, go ahead and Google hairy, Turkish hairy gay asshole.
Oh,
God. That looks like the fat guy from Borat.
Oh,
That's what looks like his asshole.
What the fuck, dude?
Who took the photo?
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Could you imagine, look at this fucking shit.
I can't. Oh my God, this is the worst taxi drive.
Hairy Arab ass top otter. What's a top otter? Hairy Arab ass top otter, big dick. Wait, go back to the title.
Oh, this guy's getting jizzed on. That's a lot.
Oh my God.
All right, this is labeled hairy Arab ass top otter, big dick, fucks young ass creamy.
Those are just keywords.
Okay, what is an otter?
A big, it's not a bear, but it's in between a bear and a twink.
You know
gay
what?
dude.
You've heard otter before.
I know everything. This is New York City.
I felt like from doing radio, I thought I knew.
Yeah, otter's between the bear.
I've never heard the term
and a
otter
Twinkie.
before.
Hairy Arab ass top otter, big dick, fucks young ass creamy. Oh, he's fingering his ass.
right.
I don't
Could you
even
imagine
know.
getting an ass
Who's the
smell
girl
like
in the corner? She just took a splash to the mouth.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
mixing everything with everything.
Peggy is getting.
I don't know what to look at and not to look at.
There you go.
There you go.
There's your-
Watch some hairy
Look how
ass.
hairy his ass is.
That's a full ass
I'm
bush.
still looking over here. I passed the test. You guys are still over there. I'm over there.
I'm going back and forth.
I passed the test.
Wow, I've actually never seen this happening. I've never seen male anal sex
I've
ever
seen
in my
it before.
life.
I've seen
never
it face
seen
to
this.
face.
Want me to email it to you?
Oh wow, he's going raw dog.
He's
too.
got on
Wow.
How have you gone through your whole life without ever seeing that?
I don't think I've ever looked at.
All right, Jesus.
Oh, wow,
How
and he's-
hairy is he?
That's interesting. He's jerking off while he's getting his ass fucked. That's interesting.
No, it's
Yeah,
also
that's
interesting.
what they do.
The blonde in the right corner.
She
You
took
go
a
over
nice
there.
splash to the mouth. She did.
She's getting splashed.
That was a lot of action on that
was a-
fucking thing.
Whoo, that was crazy.
We got to take our first break.
All right.
God. Oh my God. I can never not see that again. He had on hair pants.
Yeah. If you Google Turkish ass, gay Turkish assholes, you see some crazy stuff.
You think?
Wow.
Sherrod Small in studio today. What do we got? We got the big A&E show. I know that.
Yes, we're starting soon. Our
Nice.
first official day is the 29th. The first day airing is July 6th, Wednesday, July 6th on A&E, black and white.
You'll get a lot of eyes from this
That's with
radio show.
Finnegan,
Checking
right?
that out.
Yeah, with Christian Finnegan.
Nice.
Got to bring
very
Finnegan
cool.
through here too.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
that.
he's great.
Figure all that shit out. Anything else?
That's it. We just closed that deal. I'm happy.
Race Wars Wednesdays on this channel.
We got a great show this Wednesday.
Who you got?
It's a surprise.
That means you don't have nobody.
I don't recall. But it's going to be a great show, though. I guarantee that shit.
Always is. Chris Distefano, and he's got governors this weekend in Levittown.
No, not this weekend. I think it's May 13 and 14, I think it is.
You're right. I'm sorry. May 13th and 14th.
This week, I'm a big piece of shit. I got nothing.
Big piece of shit this week. Next week, May 13th and 14th, governors in Levittown, New York.
Nice.
And Chris D. Comedy for all his dates.
Yes.
What else you got? You got good shit coming up.
Me?
Yeah.
I guess, maybe. Who cares?
We got Clint Hill coming in today.
Who pulled up these pictures on the computer right now?
Dude, everyone knew. But you're good.
Crazy.
You're clear.
You're good, yeah.
You're good. Oof. See, they knew without us having to say anything.
Yeah, she's the nicest person in the world.
You met?
Yes.
Met.
Hung. Nigga. Blazed.
Blazed.
Wow.
I live, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been out here living in these streets.
We haven't said any names, so you can talk about this. Blazed. Cool, right?
Yeah, cool as shit.
Seems.
Cool as shit.
Like down to earth,
nice.
even though how successful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did
That's
you feel
awesome.
like maybe?
What?
For you?
No.
No.
Didn't feel like that.
Does
It
she
felt
go
like
for-
more friend. Like cool shit.
Right.
Does she go for black guys or no?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Did she have any friends with her?
Yeah, she had a couple of yeah.
She brought some friends over?
Well, she had like people who hairstylist type of.
Oh, they're always hot. The
assistants. They're
hairstylists
always
and the
hot.
wardrobe girls are
Yeah.
always fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
But no friends.
That's how Jessica,
Why would
Simpson
she-
used to bring around her whole crew. I used to try to smash all them.
But actual friends.
What?
Just like
I like homegirls and shit like that.
real friends, not side people. No. Okay.
Not really.
All right.
All right, well,
Yeah. People take friends for granted. Everybody ain't got friends like that.
right.
No.
Well, I'll be there for you.
Yeah. You got a TV show. I mean, what?
Huh?
Nothing.
All right, we better shut up.
But maybe it's better now, too. You got all the money in the world.
True.
I mean, you can throw up some fucking...
Yeah, but you were hanging with her when she had all the money in the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
They must have had no cure for that.
Oh, boy.
Whenever rich people got something, I'd be like this, oh, you can die from it. Because they rich, there's no excuse for them to have
That's
it.
a pretty good way to look at it, yeah.
Right. All right. Yeah, we got Clint Hill coming in. He was a Secret Service guy for 5 presidents.
That's pretty awesome.
We got to get some secrets out of him, though.
Yeah. I'm going to ask him some real shit.
Please do. I read 17. I didn't read. It was on Audible, so I got through 17 chapters of this book. And I think for the first time ever, he describes all the details of the Kennedy assassination.
He was there.
He was there?
He was the one that jumped on the fucking...
And pulled the head back together. He grabbed a piece of the head.
He grabbed some shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking insane.
He grabbed some shit.
Yeah.
And he finally described in detail what happened that day.
Yeah, he blew it, by the way. He blew it and got Kennedy killed.
Well, that's the weird thing about this guy, because your whole job is to protect the president, and then the president is dead on your watch.
Yeah.
Although officially his detail was to watch the first lady.
Oh, so she survived.
For that.
Well, was he supposed to be watching the post that Mars got passed for Howard Stern this morning? Because if so, this guy's fucking 0 for 2.
Clint Hill wouldn't have let you fucking.
No, Clint Hill would have. Clint Hill fucking has a few miscues.
No, I'm thinking if we blame him or not, because his detail was the first lady.
I hear everybody saying that now that Kennedy got shot. Oh, no, I was there for the first lady.
He definitely had the
Yeah, I wasn't there for that nigga. He was like Puffy. He had his own security.
His first president where he definitely had the detail was Eisenhower. And then for Kennedy, they moved him over to the first lady detail.
Okay.
Is that a demotion, you think?
He felt like it was at the time, yes.
Okay. Sure.
Because, if you're a Secret Service, you want to be the president guy.
You don't want to be fucking guarding Tess. Remember that movie? Guarding Tess?
Guarding Tess.
Vaguely.
Nick.
I remember
that?
the name.
That was a good movie, man. Great movie.
What's it about?
It's about Secret Service. Nick Cage protecting, what's her name? Shirley MacLaine.
You don't know.
And her husband used to be, her husband was the president, but now he passed. And
right.
And it was like they were close. It was great. It's a great movie. She got kidnapped in the movie, remember?
The president.
Yes. It's a great movie. Guarding Tess. There it is. Here's the clips.
All right.
It's funny. It's whimsical.
Whimsical. I'm about to check it out again.
It's like Driving Miss Daisy, but it's a white guy and they gave him a gun.
Oh, okay. All right, we should break. But we got Clint Hill coming in. He's an older gentleman. He's been around a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And he Secret Service for 5 presidents.
That's amazing.
He had Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and Ford.
I wonder if he knew, what's his name from the FBI? Who ran the FBI? What's his face?
Tommy Lee Jones.
What?
Who?
Hoover.
Oh,
he was around with Hoover days.
Probably. Let's get a Hoover story out of him.
Hoover might have gave him his job.
Well, Hoover was into the gay Turkish assholes, right?
Yeah, definitely. He was a cross-dresser, too. That's what they say, rumored.
And the Mafia had I heard that the Mafia had a lot of, like, info on him, and that's why he was able to...
Really?
That's why the Mafia was able to go crazy during his time, because they were like, well, we'll release these pictures of you dressed up
as
like
a woman.
fucking Marilyn Monroe.
Him and his boyfriend lived in Georgetown in D.C.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Sherrod knows his shit. And Hoover died 44 years ago today at the age of 77.
Wow. That's not a coincidence. Let's pull up those Hoover pictures in the miniskirt thing.
And I think it's Club Soda Kenny's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Roland, we got to get something for Club Soda Kenny's birthday.
I'm on it.
Are you on it? Happy birthday to Kenny. We will return. Back with Sherrod Small and Chris Distefano. Jimmy's moving today. He'll be back tomorrow. Moving day for Jimmy.
Yeah. He going from one rich man building to another one, huh?
Holla.
Must be nice.
Fucking rich white men.
Yeah, living it up.
Living it up a little bit.
The rich white guys.
Rich white guys.
Did you see the White House Correspondents' Dinner?
I heard a lot of things. I saw some clips.
I don't like that Larry Wilmore.
You don't
No?
like? Yeah, he's not into him.
I thought his jokes were good. I thought the crowd was a little rough. Sway,
That crowd always stinks. That crowd stinks when it comes to laughs.
Sway was there, and Sway told me that the crowd was even more fucking brutal in person than it was on TV.
Yeah, Larry seemed like he was shook by the crowd a little bit.
Oh, really? Let's show a clip. You got a clip of it?
Because a lot of times it was almost like I felt like he was breaking that wall a little bit and saying stuff like, "Really?" I mean, it
was a little more.
Come on, that one should have worked.
Did his black magician
that type
show
of shit.
up? Because he's he's a black magician, so maybe
God,
his magician
really?
was showing
Well,
more
I
than
think
the
it
comedy
was
part.
a little bit. I noticed it was a little bit like he was like, I don't want to hit Obama with too much. I want to go after the media, and obviously, the media is not going to laugh at when they're getting abused. I mean, but even some of the guys who was going out, like Don Lemon, he went after, and he like kind of went too far. Don Lemon gave him the finger.
Yeah.
And then even one of the
that
jokes,
queen.
Yeah, I know, Don. And then even one of the jokes he threw at Obama.
Yeah.
You know, and their boys. Even Obama was like,
which joke?
The joke when he said you and Steph Curry have a lot in common. You both like to drop bombs on people from far away.
That was ballsy.
And they went to and Obama was like, oof, like it wasn't even funny, you know. But then I think a lot of his jokes, Larry Wilmore, I thought they were very well written jokes and good jokes.
That's a good line though.
No, I mean it's a good line. I mean, I guess it's funny. Yeah, it is funny.
Maybe it's a little bit of a stretch.
I guess it's just too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. Nothing's ever too much. It was fine.
Then he uses the N-word with the president, so now there's outrage over that.
Stop. Whenever it's black people using the N-word with black people and people get outraged, shut up.
I agree.
According to the black column,
I agree with that.
The black columnist in the paper today saying that black people shouldn't be using the word, and white people definitely shouldn't be using the word. That's how he put it in the paper.
Well, listen, let me tell you something.
It's a term of endearment, though.
I'm gonna use whatever words I want to use, motherfucker.
Yeah, and
the white man has taken enough from me.
But that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Isn't that okay for me to feel that way too?
I think so.
But I don't really use the word. I feel like every once in a while, maybe.
I use it when I text
you
once in a while.
When it's right.
But I spell it Nigha because I put a little ha in there. You know, like I always go Nig. I go, what's up, my Nigha? It's friendly.
I really believe that everyone should use all the words.
I mean, you gotta take all the responsibility that comes with all the words.
Right.
But yeah, use the words if you want to use
words. I think
words.
everyone across the board should be able to use all the words.
Yes.
It's not, black people should be allowed to use it and white people shouldn't. That's just stupid.
Right.
But there are consequences.
I can understand why,
smart.
though. I can understand why. If you're white, you want to stay away from that.
I do. Yeah. I don't just casually use that.
But if you got a really great joke,
yeah.
I mean, it's got to be great.
A fucking banger.
You can't waste it on a regular thing.
Yeah.
Even a song.
Right.
You got a really great joke, a song. It better be great.
Better be great.
But you can use it.
You know what I think the biggest problem with that thing was with the Correspondence Dinner was they had Obama go first and then Larry Wilmore basically headline. Have Larry Wilmore go first. It's Obama's last correspondence.
Yeah.
Obama crushed.
Yeah.
Why not Obama be the last thing that the people see?
You should end with Obama.
End with Obama.
Because you can't follow the
I thought that's
president
how
of the
they
United
did it.
States, even though you're the stand-up comic.
Yeah, that's like a
But he's
comedian
not even
following
really a stand-up comic.
But
Larry
everyone's
Wilmore.
saying that Obama was better than him. You don't want. I mean, if you're the stand-up comedian, you don't want to read that shit the next day that the president was actually better at it than you.
But Obama is especially great at it than other presidents.
I really thought Larry Wilmore, if you go back and watch the 23 minutes, whatever, his jokes are good.
I think his jokes are strong, but I don't know. I don't like his delivery or something.
His delivery is not, but he's not a performer. I don't think he's
not a stand-up comic. He's not a stand-up.
No, so he doesn't. He lacks that.
And you see it.
That charm of it. But the jokes are very good.
Yeah, the writing was strong.
Yeah.
What do you say about Bernie Sanders again? Bernie Sanders' first campaign was, Bernie Sanders, so old, his first campaign slogan was fire.
Bernie was laughing. Bernie, I think, had a good time. Vote for Bernie.
And then he had pretty good.
Was Trump there?
No. They made fun of the fact that Trump wasn't there. Obama was like, what the fuck does he have that's more important or whatever he said than being here today.
Yeah. I remember last year, though, he got stung there.
Oh, they ripped him.
They ripped him a nice one.
Yeah, his sons were there. And he made fun of Obama's hair turning pretty white during his 8 years.
Okay.
Somewhere along the way, Obama said, fuck putting the medicine in, putting the dye in.
Yeah.
Because he was doing that shit, and now he's like,
fuck it.
Who gives a fuck?
I can't keep up with this shit.
And he didn't have to put it in himself. It's like somebody else puts it in his head.
Sure.
Like he's in a mirror fucking doing just for men.
Yeah.
But he turned the corner and just said, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah, that's when you're old and you ain't getting no pussy no more. You're like, what am I doing this for?
To Obama, I saw you hanging out with NBA players like Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors. That was cool. It kind of makes sense, too, because both of you like raining down bombs on people from long distances. I think it's a stretch. I think that's why
it's a good joke, but it's a stretch for the joke. You have to go somewhere to get that joke.
It's a stretch.
It's a stretch.
I understand the concept. The concept's good, but it's a stretch.
It's a lot.
Maybe 4 fucking correspondent dinners ago, you could use that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But we have, and then Obama said Obama out. That was pretty cool. Dropping the mic.
Drop the mic.
People
got outraged over that. I heard more about that than the N-word.
Why were they outraged by that?
Because he's doing it.
The Correspondence Dinner, it's, pretty much anything goes.
People are like, why would a president drop a mic? That mic was made in America.
What do you want to play from this? What do we got, Eric?
I'm going to miss Obama, man.
I'm going to miss him, too.
I liked Obama a lot. I felt safe. I don't know. I felt safe with him. I know a lot of people are like, we're fucking crazy.
Honestly,
he just seemed like a normal guy that, I know.
Last week, I had to calm my daughter down. This is a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was upset because she thinks that because Obama's not going to be president anymore, and Donald Trump's going to get elected and send all the black people back to Africa.
Really?
And I'm talking about crying.
Right.
And I have to explain to her that this is not going to happen.
Right. Are you sure you weren't wiping too hard?
Maybe I wiped it too hard. That's when the questions came up.
Yeah.
We got to go back to Africa because my asshole hurt.
My asshole hurt.
Why would
Daddy, front to back.
Because kids probably told her that. Kids talking to school and all. So that's what she was bawling over.
So why don't you use that to your advantage?
What do you mean? Send her to Africa?
No, just like, hey, if you don't clean your room. Look, it's not me.
You know
this
what?
Is the rules
You're right.
that Trump are putting in place.
B+. I mean, it's fine, but
Trump
might send you to Africa over shit.
Trump needs A's. If you got the A's, you don't have to go back to Africa.
You're right. I'm
That's
using
hilarious.
It. She was really crying. I had to talk to her for 45 minutes just to calm her down and tell her that that's not the case. But she's never had a white president.
That's true.
There's a whole generation of kids who never had a white president.
Yeah,
they don't know what it's like.
Right.
They heard about it, but they don't know what it's like.
You should tell her, now the fun begins.
We're going to
get a white woman.
We're going old
A white woman.
They're going to have a white woman. How crazy is that? They're going to go from a black person to a white woman.
And then it's going to be 16-year-olds who never had a white man as a president.
Never.
If she get elected, if Hillary wins,
she's not getting 2. Jesus.
You know how hard it is to get to get a bitch out your house?
He's never going to leave.
I don't think she goes 2.
Shit.
They're saying in a general election it's going to be tough for Trump to pull this off.
Well, they're saying what I heard was that Trump actually, if it's Trump versus Hillary, actually because of the people who would vote for Hillary think that Trump is so unelectable, they're not going to come out and vote. And the people who are going to vote for Trump are all going to vote. So
they'll be there early.
The Hillary Clinton people are like, you need to make sure you vote even if you think that Trump is so unelectable, because if you don't vote for me, your vote doesn't count. But all Trump's supporters are going to vote.
They're also saying that he's having a tough time finding a VP.
I thought it was Chris Christie was Trump's VP.
I think in the end it's going to be Chris Christie because no one else is going to take it.
How will you have an all-sausage ticket running up against a woman president who...
But they're saying that...
Good luck with that.
They're saying that, the behind the scenes, everyone's talking about, hell fucking no, I'm not doing it. All the people that you would...
I think Ted Cruz tried to chop off Trump's legs by getting Farrarina to run with him.
Right.
Jeez, stinks.
But she was the biggest Republican woman in a South Carolina governor's not going to run with him.
No one
She's
fucking,
the next
what
big
about
woman
Sarah?
in the
No one
team.
fucking likes her. Sarah Palin.
No.
What?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Pitbull with lipstick.
Sarah Palin's about to play a fake judge on a TV show.
Oh, okay.
She's got her money now.
You should get Judge Judy.
Yeah, but that Fiorina was a horrible choice. She's the
most powerful woman right now on the Republican side.
I don't know.
As far as like name recognition, because she's been running for a fucking 12 months already.
I don't know how that's supposed to work, but
I think all the power's in South Carolina's governor's hands right now, because she can do pretty much anything, because she's the most powerful Republican, I think, right now.
What's her
Haley,
name?
Yeah, whatever her name is.
Haley's a hot name.
But she doesn't move her teeth much when she talks. She keeps her teeth together a lot.
Somebody might promise her something, and she might go and get on that Trump ticket.
Wow.
Because somebody got to give her something.
Well, because Trump will get fucking impeached, and then she'll step in to be the president. That's a good thing to be vice president, because Trump is probably not going to make it through all 4 years.
Why would he make it?
Somebody's going to do something sick, and they're going to be like, well, you're impeached, and then the VP steps
well,
up.
you're impeached.
You're impeached,
it's really hard to do that.
Yeah.
I wonder who... It's going to be weird to see who Hillary
you're
picks.
impeached.
Yeah, you're impeached, Dick.
That usually takes years.
It's like the debates will be weird if
Nikki
Hillary...
Haley, thank you.
Nikki
yes,
Haley. If Hillary has a male VP... and then whoever she runs against has a female VP, because all the debates going to be man, woman, man, woman. All this is brand new for us.
So who's Hillary's running mate? Yeah,
who knows?
No one's even talking about that. Who's she going to pick?
Some dude.
Keep Biden?
That's what I was going.
Could she pick her husband?
That'd be sick.
I guess she could.
Why can't she pick her husband, Eric? How do you know?
Because there's a law against it. You can't be in the line to succeed for the president.
Oh, that's right. If you already ran twice. Right, that's true. And that law is actually not like old law. This is something that passed in the 1900s.
Right.
Because motherfuckers ran for 7 terms.
Yeah.
Right.
FDR had 4 terms.
4 terms. He died in office.
They changed everything in his last term.
Yeah,
he was... All right. Let's go back to Larry Wilmore hosting Obama's final White House Correspondents' Dinner. The end thing. That's got
the N-word?
That's got people talking. What joke was that?
That was the closing bit.
Yeah, let's play this.
I lived in a country where people couldn't accept a black quarterback. Now think about that. A black man was thought by his mere color not good enough to lead a football team. And now, to live in your time, Mr. President, when a black man can lead the entire free world. Words alone do me no justice. So, Mr. President, if I'm going to keep it 100, yo, Barry, you did it, my nigga. Did it. I was a kid.
You know, he was
He's
panic-
such a nerd, too.
Did he hear him panicking, though?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, man, am I about to do this?
He didn't really do it with the,
You could hear it. And then there's a little stumble there, too.
Yeah, he had a lot of, if you watch the speech, he had a lot of, just stumbling on that little word, which fucked up the whole joke. So I'm sure
it sounded like a black guy who's usually not saying, you did it, my nigga, saying, you did it, my nigga.
It didn't have any like swag on it at all.
It sounded like my social studies teacher trying to be cool with us at the end of the year.
He almost said it with the ER. He almost said it like a white man. You did it, my air.
All I heard is, get off my lawn, nigga.
His name is Larry.
And I think Obama's just sick of that black shit.
Yeah.
Because you got to deal with the same dumb jokes from everybody.
I think he just wants to be known as I was a president.
Good president.
And hopefully a good one.
Yeah, he was. I think.
I think he's.
But look, it's hard being but here's the thing. That the elephant in the room is that he's the first. He is the first.
Right.
And it's hard being the first anything. But I don't care what you are.
I mean, I feel like every time this White Correspondents' Dinner, it's always the comedian bomb. It's such a hard room.
Yeah.
But for some reason, this one, I would like Twitter. I don't know if it was Twitter, but Twitter blew up with like, he bombed. Like this, nobody's going to watch his show now. And I was like, Jesus, relax. The jokes were fine. It's just the fucking crowd is hard.
That's not a joke crowd like that.
It's hard.
No. I mean, when you really break down the jokes were good, but his delivery was just, his presentation was not good.
Can't stumble. He
wasn't good.
You called it like he was a little nervous. You got to be beyond confident doing shit like that.
Use the N-word in front of the president, and you could hear how nervous he's getting. His heart was probably pounding out of his chest, like, holy fuck, I'm about to do this. And everybody's going to be talking about this immediately on Twitter and everywhere else.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was kind of but I like Larry. I like Larry a lot. I think he's a funny dude. I think he likes funny jokes.
I've never seen his show.
But he's done a stand-up, and sometimes you don't...
done his show, right?
Yeah, I did it like 2-3 times.
I've done his show like a few times. It's fun to do his show, and he's cool.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
But he didn't feel like a stand-up when he was...
No.
He just didn't feel stand-up.
You got to stick to a
like
stand-up.
That confidence.
Yeah. Like Seth Meyers seems like he was one of the best at that.
Yeah.
Seth Meyers
Wanda killed it. Remember when Wanda did it?
Oh, yeah, Wanda Sykes was good.
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert
was great.
That's like, I think that's the bar that everybody...
Because he's got that arrogance thing. You got to have an arrogant thing when you're doing that shit. In that room, you got to come in like your shit smells great.
You got to own that room immediately.
Right.
And Colbert, he did his character when he did it. He wasn't doing him. He did
2006.
And that character looked down on everybody.
And he killed Bush.
And it kills.
He killed Bush.
No, he killed Bush.
I forgot about it.
It's great. Yeah.
So he got the best response, you think, of anybody ever, Colbert?
I think when people think about the Correspondents' Dinner hosts, like he's the top, like at least two. Probably one. Like everybody just refers back to that.
Right.
They were referring to Seth Meyers a lot too.
Seth
Meyers was great. Conan did it, right?
I don't know.
I think Conan did it years ago too. Yeah.
Cecily Strong last year was okay.
Seth he murdered it at the Correspondents' Dinner. I think that's what got him on his NBC show.
Right.
That he showed that he can handle that shit.
Seth was great.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Where was that other joke you just had up there, E-Rock? Yeah, Hillary Clinton was flustered when a Black Lives Matter protester challenged her. I haven't seen a white lady that upset over being blindsided by a black person since Kelly Ripa.
Nice.
And what was the Obama joke about his white hair?
That's pretty good.
You got that really fast.
That Kelly Mike shit is getting ugly.
Yeah, it is.
It's getting ugly over there.
It's so funny that you were going to like hang out till the fall and then realize, I'm
going to go.
2 weeks, that's it.
2 more weeks together, and they still going at each other. It's going to be that 2 weeks. Holy shit.
She brought up his divorce on Thursday or Friday.
That's fucked up.
And he gave a look at the camera like, what the fuck? And she wouldn't look at him. She was just
Regis,
looking down.
But I don't know who's the dirtiest over there. They all filthy. Like, this business make motherfuckers filthy animals. Because when Regis left, Regis was saying he got blindsided.
Right.
By her.
Right. Well, I mean, my source, they just didn't get along for a really long time.
Yeah.
And my source says it was Kelly more than Michael. But then she's got good PR because there was a shitty article about Michael Strahan in the paper over the weekend trying to balance that shit out, saying he was a diva.
That's her team trying to fix it right now, I think.
And he was so difficult that they were doing a piece. I guess they were filming promos or something where they didn't need the audience, and he was so difficult they decided, wait, if we bring the audience in, he won't be a dick.
Oh, because they'll be watching him.
Right, so they brought the audience in. And then they talk about how he would hold up segments because he was getting his hair cut and stuff.
I don't know.
It was really suspicious, this article, like, oh boy, Kelly is feeling the heat, so someone got an article out there for her. If you can find that article, it's pretty interesting.
I want to read that.
I met him once at the Knicks game, and he was the coolest guy. Like, I said, oh, what's up? I always go with Mr. Strahan or Mr. whatever. I was like, oh, what's up, Mr. Strahan? He said, it's Mike. He said, you a Giants fan, Jets fan? And he like put a fist, so Giants. Said, all right, my boy. And then we talked for like 10 seconds, which is a lifetime. These big guys don't have to talk to me at all. So I feel like he's a nice, I don't know. I feel like some of the behavior that I've read about, like, that doesn't sound like the guy that I met.
And it's also stuff being. Remember when Regis left?
Yeah.
We all thought Regis and Kelly, they hang out. They go to each other's house.
Right.
I saw Regis on TV maybe a month ago. He was like, I ain't speak to Kelly since I left the show.
Right.
I ain't seen those kids that they used to say they bring over, we watch them.
In this article I read over the weekend, they got Regis on the phone.
Right.
And he's ready to start fucking, throwing some shit around. And his wife is in the background. They say it in the article. Don't get involved. Don't get Regis wanted in.
You know he can tear it up.
He wanted to start scrapping.
You're better than that.
And his wife Joy was heard, they say in the article in the background, going, don't get involved. Fucking Regis.
You know he knows.
We had Strahan on once or twice. He was good. He was really down to earth and nice.
Yeah, I've met him a couple times. He seemed like a cool dude. I met Kelly a couple times. Seemed real cool. But you don't know what these people doing behind these doors.
I got drunk and hit on Kelly once. I said
Kelly is still fine.
Kelly used to maybe not live in the neighborhood, but because where they tape, she was in the neighborhood a lot.
Yeah,
we ran into her at a restaurant. She was
nice.
Yeah, she was admiring my kids a lot.
Oh yeah,
and I'm looking at my wife going. She goes, I know. Just trying to be cool.
Yeah,
as we look at the $20 million woman. $20 million a year for that.
Damn.
Go back to the Larry Wilmore hair joke. Then we got to find that article from the weekend. Your hair is so white it tried to punch me at a Trump rally. Wilmore joked. The president's hair is so white it keeps saying all lives matter. Then he added, all I'm saying is that in less than 8 years, Mr. President, you've busted 2-time honored stereotypes. Black does crack, and apparently once you go black, it looks like we're going back. Thanks, Ben Carson. It's all right.
It's all right.
I think because Ben Carson's not as relevant, as he was maybe. I don't know why it didn't land.
Because he's out the race now, so he was the only chance that we still have a black president after Obama.
Wow, look at Kelly Ripa before she decided to go to the gym. That's her first show.
Right?
She was fucking hotter back then. I liked her more back then.
Big arms, though.
She's looking more Rachel Ray right there.
Yeah.
She's like early Rachel, but she looks good. Yeah, she's
gorgeous.
She's fine.
She had some chunk on her, though.
Yeah, I would fucking go down on that even if it was vaginal.
I would eat her butthole.
You would? Her hairy Turkish butthole?
Definitely. No question about it with hummus.
She's fucking hot.
Can you find,
she's hot.
Can you find the article from over the weekend? It might have been the Post or the Daily News.
I feel like I've been around her and her husband a couple times, too. Like at Watch What Happens and shit.
Oh, Consuelos?
Yeah, that nigga got a wandering eye.
You really?
I know wandering eyes when I see it, because I got one. And I know when you peeking at the same booty I'm peeking at.
Right.
Motherfucker.
Maybe it's just a wandering eye.
I ain't saying the rest of them wandering.
All right.
But I'm saying the rest of them wandering. No, I'm not saying
that. I know. Dude, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter.
Are we keeping you awake?
Sorry. Don't get involved. Sorry.
So the deal is Strahan's going to what, Good Morning America?
Yeah.
And they're going to move the Kelly show an hour. They moving that time.
No.
That's what she's scared of, though.
She's scared they're going to take the hour away and add it to Good Morning America, like the Today Show does.
That's what they're doing.
With Kathy Lee and Hoda.
I know they're
going to absorb the hour and make it an extension of Good Morning America.
That's what they tried to do with Good Afternoon America when I did that shit like 10 times over the summer, like 2 summers ago. And they was going to try to bring that hour earlier and then squeeze out the Today Show so they'll have that extra hour. But now it seems like they're going to do that to...
Well, he was never supposed to be, the star.
No,
but he was supposed to be just kind of a sidekick.
And the ratings went up because of him.
Yeah, and then they started using him on GMA, and then they're like, all right.
Well, what do you think? You think Kelly just doesn't have a lot of likability? Is that why people...
No, I think people really liked her, but they just tuned in more for
Mike.
And then once Regis left, too, some people felt a certain way toward Kelly.
Right.
That was like long-term fans of the show who loved Regis.
Right.
Can't find the article because they have a laundry list of all the stuff Strahan was doing.
It's going to be a PR fight, though, when all the fucking publicists are fighting each other.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. It's all winners.
I heard possibly Trump might ask Condoleezza Rice for VP.
Whoa.
Rich the Trucker won on the old Twitter. For the woman and black vote.
That's a fucking crazy pick.
She wouldn't
do that.
There's no fucking way she would do that.
I mean... That NFL job I thought she was going to do. Commissioner.
Yeah. Right.
But
remember that?
Yeah, but not this. Well, this seems like a headache.
I'm distracted. I'm trying to find this fucking article.
Who did they say, like, there was rumors that this person fucked Condoleezza Rice? Wasn't there like rumors about, was it Bush?
Bush. I think it was George Dub. It was George Dub. I think the rumors was.
Somebody said that Bush fucked Condoleezza Rice. I remember being on Twitter one day like, Bush fucks Condoleezza Rice.
She dropped out of the limelight pretty good.
Yeah, she's out of here.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. Do your dirt and bounce.
Bounce.
And bounce out. What's the latest on Prince? Looks like he was going from pharmacy to pharmacy, huh? And then he went out of his way to get the Percocets when he passed 3 or 4 that were closer to his house.
3 or 4 pharmacies?
Yeah, because he was like, he was moving his shit around.
So he had problems getting Percocets?
It wasn't that you can't go to the same place because then the red flag pops up. So you got to move around a little bit. You got to move around a little bit. Yeah, that's what you think. If you're addicted to some kind of pill, just find a guy. Why are you doing it on the up and up like that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Goes to one pharmacy, he's like, all right, I can't go here anymore because they're on to me, so now I got to go over here.
Yeah, once pharmacies are on to you, don't they give a call and be like, hey, this motherfucker might come to you next?
They don't do that shit.
Really?
There's too much money to be made. But people have been arguing that point for a long time as far as the drug companies go. It's like, can't we at least have one universal system so we know if somebody's shopping around, using different locations?
And they don't?
They don't do that shit still.
Wow.
A lot of people that are fighting this whole drug war, like, could we at least do that?
So they saying he was looking from pharmacy to pharmacy looking for Percocets, and they finally got him. And
when they got pictures of him leaving, I forgot, was it a Walgreens? I think they're like, this one's 6 miles from his house. He had to pass 2 or 3 other places to get to this one.
Wait a minute.
So why is he doing that shit?
It's a picture of Prince coming out of Walgreens, nigga. I have to see this.
Yeah. Supposedly looking all thin and shit.
What is he wearing? Pajama pants?
Well, his chef said that his whole diet habit changed over the last 2 weeks of his life. All of a sudden, he didn't want all the things that he usually eats. It was just different.
Because he had sore throats and an upset stomach, so he had a cook mushing up his shit, making it easier to digest. There you go. He's got like the sway hat on.
Yeah. He like Lisa Bonet, nigga. This nigga look like.
And he's wearing some baggy shit, and you could still see how thin he is.
Yeah.
Or small he is, whatever.
Tiny.
TMZ photo shows Prince leaving Walgreens pharmacy hours before his death.
Oh, shit.
What? Moving around, getting his Percocet, supposedly.
And he's doing it himself?
Right.
That's not Prince-like.
That doesn't make sense, right?
That's a cry.
Yeah.
That's a cry for help.
The AIDS rumor? You think that's fizzling out?
I don't know. I know this much. The family is just fighting for his shit. They want this guy has been protecting his music forever, and they're like, fuck that. Let's release everything.
They're going to get so much money, I guess, right?
But he has no one.
But first off, they're trying to say that he didn't have a will, which is, I know is bullshit.
Why do you think it's bullshit?
This motherfucker's been fighting against everybody to protect this shit for years. Sony and this and that.
Right.
You ain't going to protect it? I don't believe that shit.
Sherrod, you just nailed me with something fresh.
Gotta have a will. I don't believe it at all.
Of course a guy like that would like protect his future.
Somebody don't want us to see that fucking will.
Right. Because he didn't want to give his music to movies or commercials in general.
Yes.
He was really tough when it came to how his music was used.
So why would we think that he wouldn't be?
You would assume he would have set up something at least for, to protect his songs and his music that's unreleased.
You would have to.
Wow, you're right.
Lies.
So what do you think that's about? Someone found it and said,
my name ain't in here enough, rip.
Shred that shit right away?
And maybe attorney involved, who knows?
But isn't it filed with a lawyer also?
The lawyer can be just as dirty as anybody else.
Interesting.
The lawyer can be like this. It never happened.
Because that whole family's a mess. And they're all coming out of the woodwork. And now the thing I was reading over the weekend, everyone swears they have a love child.
By Prince.
You got a love child, it's yours. So they're all scrambling.
Trying to get every fucking red bone kid they can find with fucking soft hair.
There's one, and they're like, this one's a little interesting. This woman definitely hung out with Prince back in the day, and there's a kid around.
Does it look like Prince at all? They got pictures of him?
I didn't feel like reading any further.
I saw a picture of his all right. I saw a picture of his ex-wife.
The Islanders game was starting.
They got smacked.
My time. Remember he was married to...
Yeah.
She still looked good.
And then she went on to do some reality shows, right?
Yeah, she did a couple. She still looked good.
Eric, what do you got?
Well, this was the update as far as his only full sibling was filing that with the state of Minnesota that he doesn't have a will, but down here showing what they get and what they're controlling.
Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson, who had a crack addiction, she's getting over herself, right?
Yeah.
His only full sibling has filed legal documents that claim the late superstar did not have a will. Without one, Minnesota law states that his estate would go to his sister and his half-siblings. They would control his brand, including Prince's NPG record label.
Power Generation.
Oh, thank you. And thousands of unreleased songs. Prince's net worth was believed to be about $300 million, according to various estimates. But now they're saying it might be half that. But that's still a lot of fucking money. And one of them came out, one of the halves, and said, let's release everything. And supposedly the safe or something was already broken into.
Somebody went into what he considered his vault.
His vault,
yeah.
right.
So somebody rummaged through some stuff, but they don't know exactly who yet.
What they took.
Or what is gone yet. They don't. I don't know if they have an itemized list of what was in that vault. But they're also now exploring. I know you touched on it, but they're really trying to send out these paternity tests to make sure he doesn't have any kids first.
Yeah.
Before they determine if his siblings are going to get anything.
But everyone's scrambling. Like, I think I got to love kid because they got to do it fast.
Right. If he has a kid, it's going to go to the kids.
Everything.
Oh, poor Prince.
It'll sit in a trust until
you're going to hear Prince music all over TV, selling all sorts of shit.
That's a shame. Right now, even on Spotify, on the Prince channel, they play everything but Prince because he don't allow them to play it.
Right.
So even that channel on Spotify got mad attention since he passed away, but there's no Prince songs on there.
You're going to go crazy.
It's going to be everywhere.
They're going to be using every one of his songs. Oh. For Campbell's Soup, you will go crazy.
That's going to be. I heard one rumor that they said he left everything to the Jehovah's Witness church.
Really? I haven't heard that one yet. And then we got a guy, where was it? Sportscaster fired over...
adding Prince to the...
He had a lot of Prince.
He deserved to be fired.
Maybe they just had it with this idiot.
I never saw the video. He deserved to be fired.
I didn't hear this. I haven't seen the video yet either. I know Chris Sherrod, our pal, he does it carefully for the Yes Network.
Yeah, he's cool.
Look what they're doing outside, by the way, Opie. Look what they're doing outside. This is right outside of the building.
Driving a Hummer over beanbags.
And light bulbs.
And light bulbs. Why?
Oh, light bulbs.
Fox is running out.
That's your channel, bro.
That's my channel.
That's your channel.
The
Fox
shenanigans.
You're the token over there.
I wish I got the token money over there.
Who gets the token money over there?
They got a bunch of black dudes over there, the old black dudes. They don't fuck with me either. They don't fuck with me.
Do they got that guy Joey Jackson? Is he their lawyer? You know Joey Jackson, the black guy. He sounds like a old Jewish woman.
Joey Jackson.
You know Joey to the lawyer. He sounds so fucking funny. Joey. Oh, I thought you knew him.
I don't know.
Forget it.
Maybe I know his face.
Eric, get that video of the sportscaster.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Dude's name.
It's on our list today. Sportscaster fired over.
It's in the email, Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Please. Thank you,
Please.
Travis.
He just added Prince to his cover. He just kept saying Prince.
Yeah, adding song titles and stuff.
Why can't you do that?
I think they just want to get rid of this guy.
I'm sure he sounds like somebody you shouldn't get rid of.
Yeah.
I got a great idea.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, it's from Mediaite. I like the Mediaite.
They do good work.
They do good work.
They do good work.
Everything you need's right there.
I agree.
Let's push play in this. Fox 17 Sports.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today
to
get through this thing called life. An electric word, life, but I'm here to tell you there's something else. The NHL.
Right there. The NHL playoffs?
Playoffs. So when you call up that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know the one. Doctor, everything going to be all right? Don't expect an answer because he or she is probably checking out Game 4 of the Ducks and Predators. Let's go crazy, Smashville. Let's get nuts. Nope. Instead, Ryan Getzlaf is going to tuck the loose puck between Pekarine's legs to give Anaheim a 1-0 lead just 62 seconds in. It stayed that way until midway through the second period. This is what it sounds like when doves cry and when Mike Fisher scores. His first goal of the playoffs ties it up.
What did he say? When doves cry?
Yeah.
Should have said when ducks cry.
Yeah.
The Anaheim Ducks got a goal scored on him, you fucking idiot.
I think we're just done with this guy.
They was over him. And he got his purple tie on, his dumb purple pinstripe shirt.
He sucks.
Wherever you go, you see that purple.
Yeah.
Purple's everywhere still.
Yeah.
All right.
But it was all downhill after that. It's 2-1 Ducks when Jamie McGill plays party man for the second straight game, batting the puck out of the air and into the net. That makes it 3-1, and the clock hits 0-0. Party over. Oops, out of time. It's the Ducks who are going to party like it's 1990.
Oh, my God.
But it's out of time. He shouldn't get fired for this.
Shouldn't he? Should he not?
I think they just had it with him.
He looks like a dweeb, right? That guy.
But most of these guys are.
Yeah.
Most of them are trying too hard.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, it's just...
Keep going. He hasn't...
It's more?
3 more minutes.
9. Anaheim evens the series with a 4-1 victory. So the Ducks are still 2 games from dying for you and the Predators. Game 5 is set for Saturday at the Honda Center in Anaheim. I'm pretty sure that's on Alphabet Street. From one hot thing to another, a suddenly steaming Atlanta Braves looking to take 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman tells Chase Utley, I never meant to cause you any pain. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain and not on first base. The Vanderbilt baseball team faces its biggest rival this weekend, and I can guarantee Tim Corbin and the Commodores won't drive a little red Corvette or their daddy's Thunderbird to Tennessee. They'll take a bus to Erotic City, also known as Knoxville, for what they're calling just another series.
They're like, we can't have somebody this openly gay doing the sports.
He's so proud of his writing, though.
Yeah.
He's proud of it.
Also, the gunshot thing to the head that he did probably Fox Sports got upset.
I don't know. I mean, Prince just died.
Fire this guy.
There's something else going on here.
But it's one thing. It's like when you do it this long, now it's starting to become disrespectful. Where it's like, are you making fun of Prince? Like, are you respecting him? Are you mocking this? Because now it's starting to get to mockery level.
And my guess is if you're an Anaheim's Duck fan,
right,
you like some Prince.
Yeah, yeah.
But not a whole sports thing on it.
And if you're a Nashville Predators fan, you hate Prince.
You hate Prince?
Yeah, you're from Nashville.
I'm sure the next day, though, he was done with his Prince shit.
This is too long.
Yeah.
It's too much.
All right, keep going.
This is longer than Prince's will.
We're only halfway done.
You can get
halfway done.
Oh, my
those
God.
other things, and then they're not good for you. Another series. We every game the same, every series the same. Let's go out and try to win. It's cool, seeing guys you played against all your life, especially in a college setting. But you acknowledge it and you just move on from it, and nothing really changes.
Perhaps it's a sign of the times, the way the Doors are downplaying the rivalry, but you can bet Vandy will do the bat dance if they can sweep the Vols. The Commodores and Volunteers get started tomorrow at 5. After signing a $217 million deal this past offseason, David Price can buy plenty of diamonds and pearls or pink cashmere. Boston is delirious with Vandy alums' performance so far.
Too much.
2-0 as he took the hill this afternoon. Price had a 5-1 lead against Tampa Bay, but he couldn't hold it. Commodore on Commodore crime here. Kurt Casale kisses this price pitch over the green monster. Later, Nashville native Mookie Betts kisses this fastball out of Fenway.
Oh, my God, no.
His wet kisses.
But should he get fired for this?
It's like your pop's doing jokes in the car when he pick you up from somewhere. He's like, you know what, nigga, I'm going to drive. I'm going to walk home because
I can't do this.
I can't stomach this anymore.
I doubt this was his first incident. If this was his first incident getting fired, that's fucked up.
But he worked on this. He worked on it. The writing's there.
But don't you have to pre-approve? Like, you could just go on the air and say whatever you want. I thought that his bosses had to see this script.
No, why
first,
not? No, you do whatever you want.
They write it and then just give it to the guy on the teleprompter, and that's it.
I see.
Do you guys recognize all the Prince songs in here?
A lot of them, and that's what makes me angry.
All right.
Forgot about Delirious.
Yeah, I forgot about that one, too.
But it wasn't enough. The Rays get off, creaming the Sox 12-8.
Get
the
off.
Rays facing 3-time Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw this afternoon, trailing the Dodgers 1-0 when Daniel Castro tells Kershaw, "Baby, I'm a star." This shot to left is extra bases. Eric Eiber ties the game. It stayed that way to the 10th. Yasmani Grandal, you got the look of a hero. Off the wall, Enrique Hernandez scores the game winner as the Dodgers play thieves in the temple at Turner Field, beating the Braves 2-1 in 10 innings. The Tennessee Titans could never find a cornerback who could take the place of that man in 2015, Jason McCourty. J-Mac played only 4 games last season, but there is no controversy for number 30 heading into this team's offseason program. He's ready to go.
It's been a very long time, so I'm probably one of the few excited to be back and be running and starting the off-season workouts. I'm back to 100%, so I'm just a normal attendee for the off-season program, so no limitations and none of that.
All right.
So no more bucket hats or raspberry berets for McCourty. Sounds like he can't wait to put on a helmet.
That's it. That was it for him.
And fired the next day.
Yeah, he got fired for something else. What are they saying in the article, Eric? Come on. I mean, it's bad, but
it's awful.
Is that really a firing?
It can't be his first incident. Nobody takes this kind of liberty on your first fucking indiscretion.
Apparently, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and Phillips revealed yesterday that it got him fired. First of all, I want to thank everyone for the kind words, comments, and positive feedback on the tribute I did to Prince last week. It really means a lot. Unfortunately, there were apparently some viewers, as well as management at the station, who did not feel the same way. They felt I was insensitive, and as a result, I was terminated today. I'm choosing to use this as a catalyst for some exciting things I've been working on for some time now. I'll have many more details on this in coming days. For now, thanks again for all your support, and if you need an old, washed-up sports guy for anything, please let me know.
Oh, so you have nothing going on. So you contradicted yourself in the next statement.
Of course.
I have some pretty good things going on, but also if you need anybody, I'm available.
Of course.
What a fucking idiot statement. What a fucking idiot. This guy doesn't check anything.
Oh, boy.
What a fucking moron. You just contradicted everything.
Yeah.
I got a lot of shit going on, but if you got something going on, you put me down with it.
Call your boy.
I thought it was a little too much, a little maybe hacky, but I don't think it was insensitive.
No,
I think he was trying to come from a good place.
He was bugging people at that station. He was bugging them.
You could tell he's looks like an annoying type of guy.
Yeah, you can't get out of a conversation with him. Just trying to get a coffee and this nigga want to talk.
Yeah, I want to talk about all that.
Marty in Seattle says they did the same bit on SportsCenter.
Really?
But maybe they didn't do it for 4.5 minutes.
Right, and maybe they did it more professionally.
Let's go to Marty in Seattle. Go ahead, Marty.
Every morning on SportsCenter, they try to be super funny. And that same stuff that this guy's getting fired for is that they play on the same thing, rhyming, making fun of people, picking little things up. It's old and tired.
Yeah.
Well, they all are doing it now.
I see why SportsCenter got to do it, because you got 24 hours to fill. So you're going to have some nonsense on there.
And when they started it many years ago, it was kind of cool. It was different than what you were used to.
Yeah, definitely.
From your sportscaster. But now everyone is doing the exact same thing and really forcing it.
Yeah, it's all force lane.
Right.
Booyaka.
You guys have a good day, all right?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think you said have a good day. Yeah. We should take a break. We got live reads for Mother's Day. Only reason we got to stop for a minute or two here. We got Clint Hill coming in, promoting 5 presidents.
True.
My Extraordinary Journey with Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and Ford. New book out tomorrow.
That's 1 for 5, though. That's good, right?
You did me?
I mean, 4 for 5.
4 for 5.
That's damn good numbers.
You do that in the majors, you're going to the Hall of Fame. Not so much if you're the Secret Service and your job is to keep the guy alive. Boy, he didn't get a Christmas bonus that year. Yeesh. But he moved on and he was a Secret Service guy for the guy that came in.
After him, yeah. So how does that work?
Well, I mean,
damn, it's hard to get fired when you're white.
I wonder if
there's a technicality though. I'll say it again to stick up for the guy. His job was to protect the first lady first,
right?
First and foremost.
Then how did she end up with Onassis?
Well, Kennedy, it's in the book, was basically saying keep her away from Onassis because she would go over there for some vacations.
And that's back when he was banging, so he knew that she was doing her thing, too.
He knew, and
Onassis loved her.
He told Clint Hill, I don't know the exact quote, but make sure you keep her away from him.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
Yes.
Nice.
He wrote a whole book about him and Jackie. Because then it looked like they might have been a little something going on there.
Did he fondle?
I didn't read the book. He promoted it, but it looked boring.
We'll get it out of him.
He was saying the First Lady was throwing it at him?
It looked boring, but it seemed like they
He said one time
they had a little chemistry, but I don't know if they ever
He said one time he went into the bathroom and she was getting out of the shower. She had full bush, and that scarred him for life. Oh, that was Chris. That was Chris.
Chris Distefano. Speaking of which, May 13th and 14th, not this weekend, the following weekend, May 13th and 14th, Governors in Levittown, out there on Long Island. It's a great club.
Yeah, it's a great club.
I haven't been there in years. Maybe I'll do a little squeeze and go out there.
Nice.
That's not too far from you, right?
No, I could squeeze my way to Long Island.
Come out. They usually send me like a Sweet 16 limo, so you can. I'll pick you up in my limo. It's crazy.
Do they really?
It's always the same because it's the guy who runs it, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is like he's got like a limo company that he has, and he'll always be like, we'll pick you up, we'll give you a ride out there, and it's always a fucking stretch limo.
Yeah.
but
you can almost smell the prom abortions.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, in May, I bet you there's going to be. Yeah, it's prime time. Fucking.
Oh, they're not going to be able to get the puke out of that limo in time for you.
No
chance. You'll be smelling a little of that in there, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Fucking full blown limo. I feel like such a dweeb when I get out and people. I get out, they're like, "Oh, look at this limo. Who's it going to be?" And then like, "Oh, it's you."
I'm the pussy that has to sit all the way in the back, facing forward in limos, or I get sick.
Oh yeah, really? You get a car sick in there.
Yes.
Yeah, limo is like
That asshole from the Dudley Boys tells the story. He drove me back to Long Island in his limo.
Yeah.
Which Dudley was it, Eric?
Bubba,
right, of course, Bubba Ray Dudley.
They get laid, the drivers, huh?
He goes, "Hey, I'll drive you home today." He was on the show. He's from Long Island. So I jumped in his limo, and he had the good seat. I was on the side seat, getting sick. And as soon as he pulled over on the service road of the Long Island Expressway, puked all over the place.
Yeah. Wow.
He thought it was hilarious. that I couldn't handle a limo ride. I was sideways, though. Why are you laughing? It's not that funny.
It's too funny.
It's not really funny.
It's too funny.
It's just funny, like your listeners driving by. He's like, "That Opie puking on the side of the highway?"
That's when they would have said, "Is that
just because you from sitting like this?"
There was a day they would say, "Whoa, is that him?"
From sitting like this to
sideways.
Sitting like this.
Yes.
It changes everything.
I got to be, I mean, it's rare, but if I'm in a limo, I got to be like in the limo first.
I have to have the windows open too. I can't be
and then everyone steps over me and I'm like, I got a weak stomach. Because if you go in first, you're supposed to slide all the way in. I'm sitting right next to the door, making everyone step over me. Because of my weak, stupid stomach. I can't handle the side seat.
Oh, shit.
But Bubba Ray brings it up every time I see him. Every time. I don't blame him.
At least you didn't throw up in the limo, though.
No, it was close. I knew, oh, shit, this is not good. And I didn't know him really. I still don't know him that well. I mean, I know him, but...
not enough to throw up in the shit.
Not enough to go, I'm going to puke. Could someone get me a bag or something?
Many times in a cab, boy, like late night coming from a show, and it's...
Cabs can be rough.
I'd be like, okay, can I make it home without throwing up in this fucking cab?
Really?
Because sometimes it's too shaky. I'm like, okay, I got to put the window down.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll tell the dude, I'm like, I don't want to mess your shit up.
Yeah, I'm about to
But I'm not getting all the way out.
Right.
I'm just leaning out.
How about the cabbies going back uptown? They can't time the lights out, so they speed. They have to jam on the brakes as the light's turning green. It's like if you just slow down a little bit, you could nail every light.
Yeah.
And then they speed to the next one, but it's not green yet, so they jam on the brakes.
They try to get there and then get there and get. Yeah. It's like, let's go slower, and you hit every like,
and then boom, boom, boom.
But good luck explaining that to this motherfucker.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
You get those angry cabbies. And
some of them. Some are nice and talk your ear off, and some are
most of them are nice, but every once in a while you get an angry one, and you just know to just keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah.
They only get nice to me once I tell them I'm going to Upper East Side. Then they go like this, okay. Woo!
They breathe a sigh
that was close.
Right.
I thought you had to go by where I live. Fucking asshole.
All right, Chris Distefano, May 13th and 14th, Governors in Levittown, New York, ChrisDComedy.com. And Sherrod Small's got his A&E show that starts up in the summer.
Yes.
July, I believe, will
July
be the first
6th,
one.
first air date on that Wednesday. That's when we saw it airing weekly.
4th of July weekend.
Yep.
And what's the show about for the people?
It's about race and some politics and pop culture and talking shit.
Nice.
It's gonna be nice. We're gonna have people on there. A lot of people
kind of like
through.
a Race Wars type of thing,
but different. The Race Wars is like TV got to catch up to Race Wars. TV ain't ready for Race Wars yet.
So a little softer version.
This is soft, and it's like a different thing. This is more like it's not a takedown show. This is more of a breakdown show.
Oh, okay.
So it's a different approach.
I think it'll be terrific. Yeah. Quick break, and then Clint Hill, who watched 5 presidents. That's pretty cool.
That's a lot of presidents.
That's cool.
We'll talk to him in just a bit. Nice.
What? I was doing a character Gulpy. I was doing your sinister brother. You start off everything. Gulpy.
Gulpy radio.
Gulpy.
What is this, Alabama Shakes?
Ooh, nice. I know the Alabama Shakes.
I like this. Sherrod Small in studio. Chris Distefano in studio. Outside, we got Clint Hill.
Amazing.
Let's bring in Clint Hill.
He's had a life, this Clint Hill, man.
Secret Service agent.
He's seen some stuff.
He's seen some things.
He's seen some things.
Yes, he has.
He was dealing with Elvis brought that gun to the White House.
You think he was dealing with that?
He had to be there. Yes, there he is. Welcome, sir.
Hey.
I thought, wow, Clint Hill changed since the last time we talked to him.
This must be Lisa, right?
I'm Lisa.
Yes.
Hi,
Lisa. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Hi, Lisa.
Is this your chair?
No.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Clint? Welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. It's always nice to be here.
Yeah, so wait, back to the show. So he's been here before.
Yes.
Oh.
He's been here.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. Maybe this might be his 3rd time here, this Clint Hill.
Clint?
Right, Clint?
3rd time.
Yes. How are you, Lisa?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Now, Lisa, you wrote the book with Clint. Yeah, I wrote it too. Okay.
Yes. Our 3rd book together.
Wow. What are you, Judy Blume?
The book,
there, God?
#1 New York Times best-selling authors. Watch out.
Wow.
Clint Hill and Lisa McCubbin? McCubbin. And it's called 5 Presidents, My Extraordinary Journey with Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and Ford.
4 for 5.
4 for 5, right.
No, I'm just saying because one got shot.
Oh, wow.
I've studied history. I know the...
Well, I mean, that was a tough day for Mr. Hill.
It was a tough day for the nation.
Yeah. It was a tough day for everyone. Yeah. I listened to the first 17 chapters of the book. Listened. I like listening to my books these days.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. And wow, Clint, you've lived a life so far, huh?
I've been very fortunate.
Yeah.
Various places. It's been very
nice. Right. I mean, your journey to become a secret agent, that was pretty incredible.
Well, there's a strange route, I guess, from an orphanage in North Dakota be adopted by a wonderful family and then go on to college and intend to be a history teacher and coach athletics. And then the Army decided they needed me, and they sent me to the Army Intelligence Center and trained me to be an agent in counterintelligence.
Yeah.
And when I finished that, I really liked what I was doing, so I looked around, and the Secret Service was a pretty good fit, so I applied, but there weren't any vacancies. There were only 269 agents at that time in the entire world.
Yeah. Wow.
So eventually one of the guys retired, and they gave me his slot.
It's so weird when you read a book like this.
Wow.
And the odds of him becoming a secret agent, as I'm listening to this book, I'm like, he's not going to get it. you know what I mean? Because the odds are so ridiculous, but of course he's got it.
It was only 269 agents back then?
Yeah. The entire organization.
And how many now?
Thousands. About 3,500.
Wow.
So he was picked. And you started with Eisenhower.
I started with Eisenhower, and it was an interesting time toward the end of his administration.
How was he, like, as a...
Oh, well, he's a 5-star general before he became president, and he really had that military bearing throughout his entire life.
Right.
In fact, when he left the office of president, he preferred to be referred to as general.
Oh, really?
Not president.
Really?
Yeah.
So not Ike?
Yeah, not Ike.
No. General Ike? Didn't they call him Ike?
Everybody called him Ike worldwide. Yeah,
right.
Okay.
I like Ike was the common phrase.
And you had a hell of a start too, because there was a dead body involved.
What?
Well, Lisa's smart. Lisa knows how to get people hooked on a book.
Wait, what?
Book starts with a dead body.
What is
put that book down?
A secret dead body.
A secret dead body.
Wow, a little mafia stuff.
I'm like, let me see what this book's about.
Yes.
And then it starts with secret dead body. Of course you can't put that down.
Yeah, you can't put that down.
Smart, Lisa. I would assume that was Lisa's idea. Let's go right for the secret dead body.
The hook. Yeah.
Who was it?
Well, ask Clint.
Well, back in the 50s, Mrs. Eisenhower, President Eisenhower's wife, Mamie, her mother lived in Denver, Colorado. And she was rather elderly and a little bit failing. And the president decided that he wanted someone at her house at night from 7 to 7. He wanted one of the agents there. Now, I happened to be in the Denver office, and I was brand new agent. I was a rookie. And so I usually got the short end of the stick, midnight to 7, or 11 o'clock at night to 7. And one night I went there as usual, and as I was sitting down in the main lobby or main living room, I heard Mrs. Dowd call for her nurse, because she had a full-time nurse and a maid. But there was no response, and so I just waited a while to see if maybe she just didn't hear her. So then she called out again, got no answer. So I thought, well, I better go check. So I went upstairs, went in and told Mrs. Dowd that just a moment, I'll get the nurse for you. And the nurse was in the next bedroom. And I walked in there, and she was lying on the bed. And I walked over and touched her on the shoulder, and she was as stiff as a board.
The nurse died.
She had died.
You need a nurse for the nurse.
The nurse died.
And she had died, I think, while the previous agent was there before I came on duty.
Right.
But I ended up doing all the paperwork.
Right. He knew she was in there dead. He was like, I'll get off in 5 minutes.
Oh, that's smart.
He's like, I'm out of here. Clint will handle it.
They left the rookie with all the paperwork.
So we...
carrying the dead body.
Carrying the dead body. Jesus.
I called my boss, and he had a friend who was a coroner, and he showed up with a big sedan that the passenger side doors opened it, so there was no center post.
Right. Yeah.
And he and I went upstairs, and we wrapped the lady up and struggled carrying her down the stairway because she was quite heavy. Put her in the car, and he drove off, and nobody ever knew the difference.
Yeah, and they kept it quiet.
Yeah, my fear was that the word would get out to the press. They would immediately assume that Mrs. Eisenhower's mother had died.
Right.
And at the time, Mrs. Eisenhower and her sister had been there visiting, and Mrs. Eisenhower she didn't like to fly, so she was traveling back to Washington on the train. I figured they were about in Iowa or somewhere in the Midwest. And if the word got out and she was told that, well, your mother died, and it wasn't true.
Right.
So we snuck her out, and we let the White House staff know what had happened, and there was no repercussions.
Yeah.
So this is not your typical history book.
No, of course not. That's how this thing starts. How old were you when you were on that detail?
26.
26 years old. Yeah. And Eisenhower loved to play a lot of golf. You spent a lot of time on the golf course with Eisenhower.
Yeah, more than you'd want to spend.
He had his own cabin at Augusta.
Yeah, they have the Eisenhower cabin at Augusta, but we played Burning Tree in Washington. Not we, he.
Right.
And a typical week would be he would get up, but he was very punctual and very regimented. And he would get up to the office at 8 o'clock in the morning. Went to lunch at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, usually, we would go to Burning Tree and he'd play golf in the afternoon. Then on the other days, he would simply put on his golf shoes at the desk in the Oval Office, walk out to a green that had been built on the White House grounds, and putt, and then drive toward the south fence, where his valet stood with a bag to pick up the golf balls as he hit them down there to him to run them back. So he played golf almost every day.
Wow. And they bitch about Obama and his golf. Yeah. And there you have Eisenhower's playing a lot.
And wherever we went, there was a golf course.
What I liked about you talking about Eisenhower and golf, you had to make believe he dressed up as a golfer and had weapons in his golf bag.
Yeah.
Oh, because you had to be the next one with
wild?
Yeah,
I had a nice golf bag, not nice, kind of old ratty thing that we had a couple of old beat-up clubs and a 30 caliber carbine.
Oh, you didn't have the guns in the clubs? I thought you had heavy duty spy shit like the umbrella
some James Bond.
I thought he's just a golf bag and then just a regular gun.
Yeah.
I thought it was
my uncle does that.
And where would you? You had to make it look like you were actually playing the course. So
we would go alongside the fairway.
Okay,
and you have somebody out in front and two guys behind him, so that we knew exactly who was there and what was going on. But the fun part was the people he played with. like Arnie Palmer.
Yeah.
And just to watch him play golf was really...
Back then, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he was
Before he was wearing those pink sweaters.
He was slicing
Arnie
that
was
ball.
something. Got to know the commercial.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, then.
The blood clot commercial.
What other disguises did you guys use? I love finding out about the disguises.
Well, we were not really disguised. We tried to blend in.
Right.
So if we were in Florida, for example, we'd be wearing polo shirts and whatever was like the usual thing to wear there. Or
Right.
Same way up in Hyannisport with the Kennedys.
Right.
There's a picture of him with President Kennedy, and Clint's wearing this floral, looks like a Hawaiian shirt down in Palm Beach.
You got to blend in.
Gotta blend in.
Or if we going to a function that required a black tie, that's what we wore.
Sure.
Right.
And then when Eisenhower left office, you were assigned to watch Jackie Kennedy. A lot of people think you were watching JFK, but technically your job was watching her and the kids.
That's right. She was my responsibility.
Right. And what was fascinating about that, and your job in general, is the amount of time you had to spend away from your own family.
Yeah, that's got to be.
Oh, that's got to be rough, yeah.
About 90% of the time I was gone.
You lucky bastard.
Really? It was 90%.
My family didn't think of that.
It was 90% of the time.
90%.
That's unbelievable.
So how many days a year would you see your own family?
Well, never on holidays.
Right.
Usually maybe in the summer, about a week or 2 weeks. But I'd see him occasionally during the week, but it was just so often that we were gone.
That's because you think he's got the coolest job on the
Did
planet.
you get married after you started working, thow?
No, I got married when I was a junior in college.
Right.
Right.
And I don't recommend that.
Oh, yeah, well, I know.
How long did he last, Clint?
Well,
how many years did he last?
Always
give me a look.
Well, you know that nurse that died? That was my wife.
You would be surprised. Long time.
That's what I think that's what I read in the book. Very long time. Stuck it out. Well, I mean, if you're only seeing him 10% of the
If
time.
you can't pull that off as the dude,
Right.
it's like, you crowded me.
Yeah. But, through the Cuban Missile Crisis, and, we're all worried that the world's going to blow up, has to watch the First Lady and the kids before he takes care of his own family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, if they knew there was going to be a nuclear attack, let's say, he would have to give up on his family to protect the president's family. That's pretty messed up.
Well, to be fair, we haven't met his family.
They're wonderful people. I have two wonderful sons.
But how do you wrap your head around that? Where if shit is going down, let's be honest here, you got to blow off your own family to protect the.
But here's even bigger than that. If somebody's shooting, you got to jump in front of the bullet.
Which one?
Yeah,
right?
No.
If somebody's shooting, everybody else running that way. You got to run this way.
You just got to make it look good.
No.
You got to just make it look good.
I tripped. I was on my way there.
I tried.
It takes a special kind of person.
Yes.
Sure.
Sacrifice. Like, that kind of sacrifice is intense.
We all have kids in this room. I can't imagine going, well, my job, I got to you guys are dead because it's a nuclear or whatever, and I got to protect the first family. Right. I can't imagine wrapping my head around that.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility.
It was a difficult time, especially during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Right.
Yeah.
Where we didn't know from moment to moment whether there was a missile en route.
Yep.
Shit.
And we were prepared. We knew where we were going, what we were going to do. But
where were you going to go?
Well, we were going to one of the relocation sites, or if it was too instantaneous, we'd go into the shelter under the White House.
They have a shelter under the White House?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Like how good?
Well,
what kind of blast can it take? And what kind of cable do they have? They got good channels?
I can't give you the specifics, but it was pretty good.
Well, I'm sure they've upgraded since your time. So
they got Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, what do they have back then?
Oh, well, they had a pretty secure facility there in the White House.
Wow. I would love to see that.
That's the stuff I want to see so much.
You slept down there one time, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
68, was it?
Oh, yeah. I used to sleep, when you had to stay over. Like, if there was a riot and the city was burning, you wanted to be right there all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Some of us would sleep there. Or
so they put you in the basement?
Put you in the nuclear shelter?
Well, there's no place else to go. You have to.
They put him in
the Lincoln bedroom.
Well,
I heard that's haunted, the Lincoln bedroom. Right?
Not that I'm aware of, but I've heard that too.
Yeah. I bet
now, when you look back at the security that the White House used to have, on the ground there, is it kind of scary how open it used to be? Or do you think it was always secure?
It was always pretty secure, but times are different. So,
right.
Pennsylvania Avenue used to be open both to vehicular and pedestrian traffic. Now it's
nobody hopped the fence back then, did they?
Oh, once in a while, but it was not as not a regular occurrence like it is now.
Right.
It seems to be like it's kind of like a challenge.
Sure.
Which president do you think you was closer to? LBJ? I think you and LBJ probably had a special relationship.
LBJ?
From some of the pictures I've been seeing.
Oh, well, because LBJ was kind of nuts.
But you was down at the ranch a lot. It seemed like y'all went down to the ranch and you brought the wife.
Well, at one time, but at first, when I first went over there, I stayed with Mrs. Kennedy for a year after the assassination here in New York. And then I got reassigned back to the White House to Johnson. And he recognized me one day down at the ranch, on the first trip down there, and he knew that I had been with the Kennedys. And one thing he demanded was absolute loyalty. And he didn't think he could trust me.
Oh.
So he went to the senior guy that he really trusted, Rufus Youngblood, and said, I want that man off of here.
He called you a name, though, a bastard or something?
Well, no, I don't recall him calling me a name.
Okay, I'll just add that in my version.
Right. That he didn't want me around. Well, Youngblood convinced him that I was a professional, that I'd been with Eisenhower and the Kennedys, that it was in his best interest that I stay there. And so he agreed. 2.5 years later, they made me the agent in charge of presidential protection. And then in 1968, toward the end of his term, because he was leaving office in 1969, he had a meeting with me up in the second floor of the White House, and he asked me if I'd be willing to move from Virginia to Texas.
Wow.
And run his protective detail as a former president.
You won him over. You won him over.
Well,
that's what Clint does.
I told him that I didn't think my career path ran along the banks of the Pedernales River, but I appreciated that he wanted me to do that.
Yeah,
I stayed in
You told him to trust this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you had Nixon next, right?
Yeah.
I had Agnew for 1 year.
Agnew!
VP.
Yeah.
Spiro.
They gave you Spiro for a little while.
And then
He's a fascinating fella.
Tell them why you went to Agnew.
Well, they thought was that since I had been with Kennedy and Johnson, that I wouldn't get along very well with Nixon because Nixon didn't like either one of them.
Sure.
Right.
And I agreed with them. And so they made me the agent in charge of vice presidential protection. And then that was just for 1 year. Then they moved me to headquarters as a deputy assistant director for protective forces and eventually the assistant director.
Okay. That's chapter 18. I said 1 through 17. I got through the whole Dallas thing, and then that was it. My phone couldn't handle any more of this this book. It only downloaded the first 17 chapters.
That's right. Then you got to download more.
You're talking about a cliffhanger. How was Nixon to work?
Well, he kind of had two personalities, one public, one private.
A jerk. He was a jerk. That's what I heard.
Well, he...
How bad was it?
He was pretty much of an introvert. Sometimes he had a separate office in the executive office building, away from the Oval Office, and he spent a lot of time there.
Right.
That's sneaky right there for me.
Yeah.
Why you need two offices?
Yeah, what was he doing in that other office, Clint?
That wasn't bugged.
Apparently he thought he was doing well. I don't know.
Yeah.
He, when he came into office, he wanted to reduce the number of troops in Vietnam, and he did.
Yeah.
The trouble was, at the same time he reduced the troops, he increased the bombing, and that stirred up the demonstrators in this country, specifically at the college level, and we ended up with Kent State, where 4 of them got killed by the National Guard. And so the resistance to him and to the war was really intense.
Right.
Wow.
Were you there the day he met Elvis?
I was in my office when my secretary came in and said, Mr. Hill, you're not going to believe this, but Elvis just showed up and wanted to see the president.
And y'all just let him in. With a gun, too.
No,
he had a gun, Clint.
We didn't just let him in. He left a note, a letter to the president.
Right.
But we have a lot of people show up thinking they can just go in and see the president, and he was one of them. But he left a letter, and the uniform division officers took it in to one of the assistants who read it and said to himself, hey, this would be a good publicity thing. Yeah. They hashed it around, and sure enough, they called Elvis at his hotel room, and he came over and he brought a gift for.
And what was the gift? What's the gift? A loaded gun.
Holy shit!
That's how white Elvis is. That he can walk in a White House with a gun.
It was framed. It might not have been loaded, but the bullets were.
Oh, it wasn't loaded.
The bullets were in there though.
That's still pretty
white. The bullets
white.
were on display as well, and
he was wearing a purple velvet suit.
Yeah, and Elvis was mad they took his gift.
That is the most gangster thing I've heard in my life.
He was mad that he took his gift. Yeah. He's like, I can't believe you're taking my gift for the president.
Sure, we had to inspect it.
Yeah,
that's a great story. Did you see Elvis in the White House when you were there?
No, I stayed in my office. I didn't want any part of it.
That's good thinking. You don't want to be caught up in that mess.
Jeez. Jaded. This Clint Hill jaded. Freaking Clint. His job's so amazing. He's like,
Elvis Schmelvis.
I'll see him next time he shows up at the White House. Doesn't even go in and check it out. Are you kidding me? Throw you, Clint.
He didn't sing my kind of music.
That's right. It wasn't your generation. It's like Justin Bieber coming in here now. I'll be like, who cares?
Who's this punk?
It's Nixon and Elvis, though. That's the most popular photo that people want to buy when they go down to Washington.
Yeah, years later.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
And Clint was in his office.
Years later, it's famous. But the day of, I'm sure Clint was worried. He was like, I got work to do. I don't need to.
But Nixon was nasty behind the scenes? As nasty as we've heard over the years?
Well, I wouldn't say he's nasty. He was just kind of, I always thought he was a little mixed up.
He'd like to throw.
Like crazy?
Well, some of the things he did were kind of off the charts.
Like what? He wore underwear on the outside of his pants?
No, I mean, he did, like, we were expecting a real large demonstration. We knew it was coming, and I wore. And so we, together with the military and the Metropolitan Police and the Park Police, developed a plan. We got the city to provide us with empty buses. We lined them bumper to bumper, covering the entire area of the White House complex.
How many buses? 200, 300 buses?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
And that night at 4:30 in the morning, the demonstrators are all in town. Nixon decides he wants his car. He wants to go somewhere. And so the midnight shift was there. I was home. The midnight shift was there, and so they got the car, and he wanted to go down to the Lincoln Memorial. And he had his valet with him and a doctor. So they went down to the Lincoln Memorial, and that's where all the demonstrators were.
What?
So, I mean, they went outside the secured area. So they went to the Lincoln Memorial, and he sat down in the steps after showing his valet what the memorial looked like. And he was trying to talk to these students, and quite a few of them were from Syracuse University. So he started to try and talk to them about the Syracuse football team.
Okay.
In which they had no interest. They were there for one reason.
Right.
To fight against the war in Vietnam and to make their presence known.
And he talked about the Orange Men.
Yeah, he wasn't making much sense is what they told me later.
Oh.
And so then...
You think the doctor gave him something too, don't you? I know you do, Clint.
No, not the doctor. He was a pretty good guy.
Oh, who did it? The intern dude?
Well, sometimes you don't have to give it to anybody.
The valet. Oh, he had his own thing.
Got his own connect.
Damn.
Yeah.
But anyway...
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
This is some good stuff.
He got his own crack deal.
Oh, my God.
Knew by the nuclear
So he might have been on some stuff.
They said some Quaaludes. I heard some stories before about...
Oh, Ludes were huge back then.
Yeah. If you got some now, they'll be huge now.
Some LSD.
Lisa, jump in here. Let's go. What do you got on
I'm
this?
worried how this is coming out. Clint, you are not saying that President Nixon
No, not
was
by any
Clint,
These guys...
Clint, you want to sell some books? You want to sell some books? You're saying it.
Clint said
I don't know
Nixon was fucking full on binging out on heroin, talking about Syracuse
Nixon
football.
blew some lines. So what?
You kind of read between the lines.
We don't have to.
I mean, Nixon.
Lisa, get out. Scram.
I'm sure Nixon
There were
was
a lot of
something,
things I wanted to put in the book that Clint
Just
wouldn't
couldn't.
let us.
Like what?
So, just, little more details of things. But the thing that's so great about Clint is, I mean, he is a Secret Service agent. He's worthy of trust and confidence.
Yes,
and there are things that he will never tell anybody, that he's never told me.
Right.
I've spent a lot of time with him. But that's what, why he can write a book like this.
Right.
Is he's not telling gossipy things or scandalous things, but they're still pretty darn good stories.
Yeah.
But he's not out to ruin people's reputations.
Right. Now, who had the stinkest feet out of all the presidents?
I don't know.
When they took their shoes off, he was like, I got to go now.
I never went.
Ain't no secret that worth this.
We didn't put him through the smell test. Right?
Were you ever walking around the White House and you saw something like you weren't supposed to? Like you make a turn down a corner and you see like, two scientists dragging in like an alien body and like, oh shit, I was supposed to, and then you're like, and they got to zap you and erase your memory? No. Did that ever happen?
No, that never did happen.
Dragging in.
That would be a good chapter.
Did it ever happen? No, because I know you're a man of science, but are aliens real or what?
Oh.
Well, if you can believe in them if you want to, but I don't.
You've seen some shit down in that nuclear shelter.
But you never saw an alien, though. You never see anything that's like nothing that rings true with alien life.
Nothing?
No ghosts, no aliens.
Okay.
Wow.
Nothing from outer space.
But you've seen you've seen most of the White House, right? Over the years?
Oh, sure.
So what was the craziest thing you saw in the White House where you're like, wow, that's cool, or that's...
Can you even tell us?
Really caught your eye.
One of the funniest things was during the Kennedy administration, Caroline had a little pony named Macaroni. And they'd bring it. He was over in the South Grounds a lot. And one day, Caroline and John were there, and they took him up to the Oval Office. And they went inside the Oval Office.
With the pony?
With the pony.
Now, that's gangster, too. I like that.
That is gangster.
It's like, Daddy, I don't care what you do for a living. My pony's hungry.
The one part of the book,
kids.
Like I said, I'm only halfway done, but the travel schedule. You guys just traveling, the world with these presidents.
Oh, yeah. Started out with Eisenhower. First trip I made, first time I had really been overseas except for Canada.
Right.
Was the 11-nation trip with Eisenhower.
Mm-hmm. And where was that?
That was in 1959, beginning of December. And we flew from Washington to Rome, to Ankara, to Karachi, to Kabul, to New Delhi, down to Agra, back to New Delhi, over to Tehran, to Athens, to Tunis, to Toulon, France. Got on a train and went to Paris, and then flew down to Madrid, and then to Casablanca, and then came home.
What kind of frequent flyer miles do you get?
Isn't that amazing? That's
unbelievable.
He's 84 years old.
And you remember
that was in
all
1959, and he can rattle that off.
That's pretty impressive.
I mean,
I don't even know what socks I had on yesterday.
Memory is amazing.
That's
the ones I got on now.
I hope you brought some good stuff home for the kids.
That's
some trinkets.
Didn't have much time to do any shopping, believe me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you could feel the stress in that part of the book because you didn't really get to spend too much time in any of these places.
Because his job is so stressful. How stressed did you get when LBJ's jumping out the car in Mexico City and you're in the car behind him?
Yeah.
What a nut!
It was stressful, and there were millions of people on the street, and
it's Mexico City.
I know. We had
kidnapped by the cartel,
but he came out of it okay.
He was a man of the people, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We had one trip with him, though, that was rather interesting. We went to Australia to a funeral of Prime Minister Holt, who had been lost at sea. And since we were that far away, he decided that he wanted to continue on around the world. So we took off from Australia and flew over to Karat, Thailand.
Right.
Went to an Air Force base there to talk to the air crews that were coming back. Then went down to Cam Ranh Bay in Vietnam to see the troops.
Right.
Then we flew over to Karachi, Pakistan to see President Ayub Khan. Then we flew to Rome to meet with the President of Italy and the Pope. Mm-hmm. And now it was Christmas Eve, and we were starting back home. So we had to refuel in the Azores. And we landed at the Azores, and it was Christmas Eve. Nobody had any time to shop. So the pilot of Air Force One, who was an Air Force general, radioed ahead and requested that the post exchange be kept open for the people on the plane so they could do some Christmas shopping before we got home.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody decided to go for Christmas shopping, but Johnson was on the plane. He was sleeping. So I told everybody to go ahead and go, and I'd stay there with him. So I was standing down at the foot of the ramp, and everybody'd been gone for about 10 minutes, and all of a sudden I hear this voice, "Hey, Clint, where is everybody?" And it was Johnson. He was standing at the top of the ramp in his pajamas. And I said, "Well, everybody went to the post exchange to do a little Christmas shopping, Mr. President." He said, "Well, hell," he said, "I haven't done it either. Let's go." So he grabbed a trench coat, put on over his pajamas. I commandeered an Air Force car, and he and I went to the post exchange. Now, you can imagine what the employees thought when here come the commander-in-chief in his pajamas.
That's unbelievable.
In the middle of the night to buy Christmas gifts.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
And that's just not happening nowadays.
Who has that experience?
Yeah, exactly. The one thing,
That's crazy.
We only have a few minutes. You described.
Oh, I got. Wait, I'm sorry. Was now that Australia trip? Was that Australia when they threw the paint at the cars? At the same?
No, that was a different Australia trip.
Okay, that was Nixon.
No, that was
LBJ.
That was LBJ too.
Wow.
Do the planes have escape pods just in case? Do they was there seriously like a button that he would go in and then?
No,
or they don't. So if the shit goes down, then you're all going down. There's nothing you can do. I thought that there's some escape pod. You can't let the.
I think the back of the plane opens up and everyone has parachutes at least.
You gotta have that at least.
Yeah, I've been watching TV.
Like in the movie Air Force One with Harrison Ford, they got the escape pod, and it looks like a little Hershey Kiss with a parachute.
That made a good movie, though, didn't it?
Oh, so it's not real? Oh, wow. I thought that for sure. Trump's got an escape pod on his plane. I know he's got an escape pod.
I do have to say this. So
what a life, man! What a fascinating.
He talks about Dallas, and it brought tears in my eyes. It really did, because you described in detail for the first time, I think, about what happened that day. You kind of never really went into it in that type of detail before.
That's true. I didn't talk about Dallas at all until I met Lisa McCubbin, and she convinced me to help her write a book. And that was part of it. And that began my talking about Dallas for the first time since I talked to Mike Wallace in 1975 on 60 Minutes. Mm-hmm. But even at that time, that was not in depth with Mike Wallace.
No.
But with Lisa, she got me to really unload and talk. And I found that the more I talked about it, the better I felt.
Yes, it's therapeutic.
And so it was very cathartic for me. Yeah. And I'm certainly very indebted to her and grateful for what she's helped me get through.
Lisa!
Look at
that
Lisa.
Girl!
And I get to be with him and listen to all these great stories.
That's amazing,
yeah. So.
But he talks about the president's, head exploding and the detail is brutal.
Insane.
Brutal.
To be there when that was happening.
Right. And you had to relive that moment probably every day. It comes up in some way every single day, probably.
That's true. It still does, and I still do relive it.
Do you? Is there anything you felt like you could have done different that day, or are you sort of at peace knowing I did everything I was supposed to do, and that this thing still happened, unfortunately?
Well, I always had the sense of guilt and failure that we were not able to protect him. But I went back to Dallas in 1990, walked the area of Dealey Plaza and up into the Texas School Book Depository, and came away knowing that I had done everything I could that day.
Right.
There wasn't anything else I could have done.
Right. Did you see dumb tourists down there jumping on the X trying to take pictures before the cars come around?
Well, that's the way they are today, sure.
Yeah, they're so dumb.
Hey, it's a good photo op. We did radio in Dallas. I checked it out.
Do you believe in any of the alternative theories about, or you think they got the right man who killed?
There's no question in my mind that Lee Harvey Oswald was the lone shooter, acting alone. That all these other conspiracy theories are just theories.
Right.
There's no basis in fact. So,
thank God you said Lee Harvey Oswald, because I almost said John Wilkes Booth. but
he don't know history good.
I do know history, but those two, I always mix it up because it's three names and it's the same.
Escape pods.
I'm old for Air Force One, but I'm not that old.
I think you did say over the years that if you had, what was it, a split second more, you think you could have taken that third shot, though.
Well, I always thought that, but in looking at it, perhaps that would not have happened. It would have been more of a second and a half or 2 seconds.
Yeah. And you truly would jump in front of a gun for a president.
Well, that was my job.
Yeah. I know it's your job, but come on.
You would do it for free for your kids.
The agents do it today.
Like I said earlier, you just have to make it look good.
The agents today would do the same thing when they're on a protective assignment as I did. They would be.
But how do you get to a place in your head where you're like, no, I know this is what I will absolutely do?
I don't know. It's just there.
Yes, it's fun.
You feel that sense of responsibility, and you're going to live up to it, and there isn't any question.
Yeah.
But the book
as everybody else jumped in front of the bullet, I would have went down to tie my shoe. I didn't see the bullet.
What happened? What I've read so far, the first 17 pages, and it ended right after your description of Dallas. I was like, wow, this book is good. So I'm going to definitely read it.
I'm going to read it as well.
Read the next half of it. It's called Clint Hill.
What a life.
Five Presidents. Sorry, My Extraordinary Journey with Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and Ford.
That's awesome.
What did we leave out, Lisa? A good story or something that we could sell this book?
Oh, God, there's just so many good stories. You can't even
give me one.
cover it.
Give me one that we missed.
Well, I love the one. There's a great photo of Clint posing by the swimming pool, and LBJ is in the pool. With his secretary, actually, but don't make anything.
No.
Clint.
He making secretary soup.
But Clint is posing because, I mean, the whole story of why he's posing and what he's wearing is in the book.
Wait, what are you wearing?
Yeah. Do you have like a Secret Service swimsuit?
No, it's
the same thing.
Whenever Johnson was at the ranch,
a little extra room for a pistol.
Whenever Johnson was at the ranch, he wore what we called ranch clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he had them specially tailored by his tailor.
For you guys?
Well, no, for him.
Oh, for him.
And then
you heard the audio.
On this occasion, he had his tailor make a set for me.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of like, okay, you're accepted now. You're one of us. I'm going to make you into a damn Texas rancher.
Right.
So you got the cowboy pants and the boots and all that on the
He didn't really want to wear it, but Johnson wanted to see him in the clothes, so he went out. And he had told me this story many times, and I kind of was like, yeah, right. And so we went to the LBJ library to do research, and they had thousands upon thousands of photos. And I said, Clint, okay, if you really did that, there's got to be a photo of you in that outfit. So I made him sit there and go through every photo in this card file, and he found it. At the very, he goes, here it is. Here's the photo. I wasn't lying.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
How was that plane ride back to Washington after Dallas? What do you remember about that?
Well, it was a pretty quiet plane ride.
Right.
Oh my God.
You had.
He was there. This is crazy.
Unbelievable. It's like a big chunk of American history. He was right there with it, in it.
When LBJ was being sworn in and all that, you were right there.
He was right in the back of the doorway right there, right?
Correct. Yeah, I was right there. So it was very quiet, except for the people that were trying to make arrangements in D.C. on the radio and the radio operator. But and she was in the back with the casket and some of President Kennedy's staff, Kenny O'Donnell and Dave Powers. And at one point, she wanted to see me, and I was in the front portion of Air Force One, and I walked back through the presidential compartment where she was, and she stood up and grabbed my hand and said, "Oh, Mr. Hill, what's going to happen to you now?" And I said, "I'll be okay, Mrs. Kennedy. I'll be okay." And she was concerned about how I was reacting.
Wow.
So that
her husband just got killed, and she's still she's amazing.
And people forget you lost a kid a couple months before that too. What was it, like August or
August 9th?
August 9th.
Baby boy died.
Baby boy died, and then the husband 3 months later.
And the boy was only 2 days old.
Right.
And she was only 34 years old.
What the fuck?
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the old man knew that she might have had a thing for Onassis, because there's a thing in the book, too, when she would vacation over there, the old man would pull Clint aside and say, "Hey, watch out for that guy for me."
You dropped the ball on that one, huh?
So Onassis is a snake.
The instructions were in 1961.
Right.
Oh, back then.
That he said to me, "I don't want Mrs. Kennedy to cross paths with Aristotle Onassis." Mm-hmm. And in 1961, she did not cross paths with Aristotle Onassis.
Yeah,
nope. You made sure of it.
Not
Clint's a good
you ain't
wingman.
getting past me, Aristotle. Come here with your Greek bullshit. You ain't getting past Clint, you philosopher. I'll philosophize that ass. You ain't getting near Mrs. Kennedy, bitch.
And you were attracted to Jackie O.
She's a good-looking woman.
I never referred to her in that term.
As Jackie O?
Never.
No. Mrs. Kennedy.
Yeah, it's the only thing I've ever called her.
You had a little attraction toward her. A little bit.
How can you not?
We had a wonderful relationship, and she and I, we really got along well. She trusted me.
Yeah.
Wait a minute now, Clint. I'm hearing something here, Clint.
Trust is all...
A lot of girls trusted me, and they regretted that trust.
When she traveled internationally for her time, she wouldn't take hardly any staff with her, except for her personal assistant, and I would end up having to be her press agent or do the stuff for diplomatic stuff with the government and all kinds of things. And
confidant,
it wasn't
foot rubber. Maybe sometimes my feet were tight.
A young Clint is a good-looking guy.
I see him.
Look at this with the suit on.
He's
That's a nice got the nice
guy. That's what's wrong with
Look at Clinty. And he's a good-looking older man, as you. But I'm just saying, we're going back to 1961. or in the 60s.
Wow, look at that look on your face with LBJ.
Look at that.
You mean business.
Now, when you heard the story, I got to ask you this. When you heard the story about the Secret Service guys in South America, something fooling around, and recently, any of that went on back in the day?
No.
Clint. We boys now, Clint. We brothers.
No, America, no, it didn't.
We had many fewer agents.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we looked after each other. If anybody started to get out of line,
you have to check them.
They were told.
Yeah.
Straighten up or you're leaving.
Well, basically, you're going to ruin this for the rest of us.
Yeah.
So we that kind of thing just was not permitted.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
All right, they're saying Clint's got to go.
Come on. Damn, these are great. This is great. These are great stories.
So much
man.
information.
The book is 5 Presidents.
It's fascinating. Yes, the book is 5.
It's on sale
5
tomorrow.
Presidents.
And it's got great pictures.
It's a great Father's Day present.
Yes.
Or
if
Mother's
only
Day.
I knew my father, I would give it to him.
Or Mother's Day.
What about Arbor Day?
And we'll be at Barnes & Noble Upper West Side tonight.
Oh, really?
Giving a talk.
Nice.
With
7
some
o'clock.
slides.
So 7 o'clock tonight at Barnes & Noble's Upper West Side.
Yep,
Correct.
on Broadway.
On Broadway.
7 o'clock.
One of the last bookstores. We're down to that one, and I think one downtown. That's about it.
Yeah, the one on Broadway's still open.
They are pretty much
So come out
done.
and meet Clint, and he'll answer questions. We're doing a Q&A.
Sign your
after.
book.
There you go, people.
Sign the
Come out
book.
and meet Clint tonight, 7 o'clock, Barnes & Noble's Upper West Side.
All
Get
you
out
Jews.
there. I mean, this is a special, you really had a special seat in history.
Well,
I really
I
did.
was very fortunate to be there at that time.
That's awesome. That really is awesome.
And he was there.
He was
Dallas, on the hood of the car.
I think we can get more out of him with that Jackie O thing, but I'll let it go. But I think it's more. I think it's more in that story, though. I'm going to dig harder next time.
Yeah.
You think there was a, oops, I didn't know you were coming in my room right now? Oh, give me a minute. I gotta go get a towel. Come on, Clint.
This is a great book.
You got feelings, don't you?
Wow.
Clint said it without saying. I like Clint.
I like
Very
Clint
classy.
too. I like Lisa.
And I like Lisa.
Lisa McCubbin and Clint Hill. You guys write a good book together.
This is good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, it's called 5 Presidents: My Extraordinary Journey with Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and Ford. It's a very good read, and it's always a pleasure to see you, sir.
It's great to be here. Thank you very much.
All right,
Thanks for
Nice to
having
meet
us.
you.
we'll be back to wrap up. Stay there. That was fun with Clint Hill
He's great.
and Lisa McCubbin.
I liked Lisa. Was cute too.
Lisa's a sexy woman. I will
sexy
be honest
older
with you.
woman.
Yeah. I wouldn't
gilf.
say older. She's a regular age.
She's in her 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, I
maybe?
forget that's older woman for you.
Yeah, that's older woman.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
But yeah, she they were great. These photos in here is unbelievable.
They really are.
His stories.
Yeah,
I think Clint may have hooked up with Jackie Kennedy, and he just don't want to say it.
I told you.
Jackie O.
Jackie, he said, I don't talk to her like that.
Yeah, right.
He leaned back on that
Yeah.
question when I asked him. He was like,
He was like, I didn't, but then he gave me a fist pump under the table. He's like, you know your boy Clint. I was in that Oval Office. Get in that punani.
I'm sure Clint was coming out of the pool all naked and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you're...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a minute next time.
Fucking Clint.
Don't surprise me like that, Mrs. Kennedy.
Give me a minute.
And then,
you imagine?
And then Lisa goes, he's on Twitter, too. And then, of course, as soon as the door closed, we were trying to figure out his Twitter name.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Clint.
4 out of 5 ain't bad. At 4 out of 5 ain't bad. Or at fuck me.
At whoops.
Man, to be on that plane.
At I wish I was faster.
Jesus.
At fuck, this was a cushy.
Yeah. At fuck Dallas.
Fuck the Cowboys. Like, why?
Suck it, Dallas.
Hey, man, they realized.
Suck at Dallas.
In all fairness, they didn't realize he didn't do anything wrong because he went on and then watched 3 more presidents.
Yeah, and he was great.
Was anybody fired from the JFK thing? I say no.
Jesus, what do you got to do to get fired? Oh my God, they should have just got rid of everyone.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, it's. Oh, and why didn't Lyndon B. Johnson trust him though? I don't get when he said, "Oh, he didn't trust me." initially. Why? Why would
because he's a northerner, and Linda B was southern, and he was more of a Kennedy guy.
Kennedy and LBJ hated each other. And
Kennedy brought him on a ticket because he was the South, and Kennedy was the North Catholic, so he had to bring a real Southern Baptist kind of dude on his ticket.
And some of that could deliver Texas.
Exactly, and all the Southern states.
When he picked LBJ, everyone was surprised, like, why'd you guys fucking hate each other?
But he had to.
But he had to get Texas.
Which makes him a little more suspicious for the conspiracy people. Like,
that's why people
already hated on each other.
The one state that he got shot in was the one that LBJ was from, that he picked.
Wasn't LBJ from Austin?
Texas? I
know Texas, but I think outside Austin, maybe?
Yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly.
That's where the library is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe so.
So it was a whole bunch of conspiracy shit going on back then.
Well, it makes it easier if the guy that's going to be, turns out to be the next president hated the one that just was assassinated.
And plus, Clint stayed an extra year after the assassination with Jackie.
Right.
So then he went to LBJ. So LBJ's like, where's he been? He's been there with Jackie the whole time.
Right.
And then he was with JFK, and I hate this dude. I don't want him in my house or my ranch.
Right. She had a tough run. She lost a kid in August, her husband in November, and then had to throw like a birthday party for their son a few days after the assassination at the White House. And they believe everything was cool.
Wasn't the most faithful of husbands. Nope. So this is what you grieving over all this shit. Unresolved everything.
Right. So wait, so this guy Aristotle Onassis, obviously, I gather, after JFK died, she married Aristotle, right?
Years after.
So
how many years, though?
I think they didn't get married till was it 70s?
Wow, I don't know.
So JFK's intuition was, of course, right.
It was like way back in 61. He was telling Clint, "Hey, man, keep her away from that guy."
From Aristotle, bitch.
68, they got married.
They got married. 68,
that's pretty quick.
Well,
5 years.
It was a good, but plus she was in a marriage that she was getting cheated on in the marriage. Yes. There's things going on. And then there was rumors that she already had a crush on Aristotle before that. That's why Kennedy was nervous about it, because he's a billionaire.
Let me see this Aristotle guy. Is he good looking?
He's an older dude, but billionaire.
Oh, okay.
Greek tycoon.
Shipping magnate.
Got that money. Oh, young Aristotle.
The shipper of goods.
He's right out of The Godfather, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he really loved her and wanted to take Cameron. Took Cameron. Kept her away from the fucking spying eyes of the Camerons after that.
Wait, he died. He was only 69 when he died. It looks like I'm looking at an 80-year-old man there.
Yeah.
Wow.
In that picture, he's 67.
Wow.
They age in the sun.
Oh, wow.
If JFK really wanted to, wasn't he cool with the mob? Wasn't he all linked up with the mob? He could have put out a hit on Aristotle.
Aristotle's dirtier. He had dirtier money.
Aristotle's even dirtier?
Oh, believe it.
Yeah.
Shipping tycoon, the motherfuckers got.
Yeah.
They dug a ditch.
Yeah. We got Jerry Cooney on the line.
Ooh.
Mr. Cooney?
Listen, they sleep with the fish in the water. You know, those magnets, those boat liners. They put the people in and sleep with the fish.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
The shipping tycoons?
Yeah. Anybody walk down the ports of shipping, you've got rid of something before.
Motherfucker. A little something.
You guys are not going to tell me any of our presidents were ever promiscuous. Don't even go there with me.
All of them.
Oh, Mr. Cooney.
They all got it in. I can't wait till Hillary gets in.
Let's go, Trump.
Yeah.
You're a Trump supporter?
Hey, listen, I want someone to defend our country.
Okay.
From
what?
Trump has been a great businessman. If he can be put in the right people to help run the country, who knows what we can do? We need help, and ISIS is out of their mind.
Right. Like people, yeah. That's true.
All right, he nailed it.
That's true.
Listen,
I mean, it's a long.
I can see some blog is going to listen to this, but like Jerry Cooney wants to vote for Trump, hit in the head too much. That's what they'll say. Cooney gets hit in the head once again, and now wants to vote for Trump.
Well, that's going to happen. But listen, hey, I don't know who I'm voting for yet either. But my wife heard me say that she'd kill me. But it's kind of scary out there, isn't it?
It is scary. Sure. It is. It's uncertain times right now. I tell you.
Sure.
I open up my window and I hear crickets. I don't know.
Yeah, you live it over there.
It doesn't seem like things are changing that much. I don't fucking know.
Wow.
No, of course everybody wants a little more money in their pocket.
And want to feel safe. That's
a lot of people feel like this Trump's going to put a little more money in my pocket.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll have to wait.
I don't think that the real public is going to stand. He's a little bit, out there.
Right.
I don't think they're really going to. I think we're going to get Hillary for president. I mean, she really is better at running the company, the country. But who knows? I like to see change. I don't think she's going to do much.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But more importantly, am I going to Pearl Jam tonight with your Madison Square Garden connection? It's the reason you're on the phone.
You know what? If you let me know earlier, I could do that for you. I could check it for you. But you guys want to go to Pearl Jam tonight?
Yeah, he's trying to go to Pearl Jam tonight at the Garden, his second show.
I'm letting you know early, 10 hours early. Let's get this done.
I'm going to give you guys. Let me say something. I heard you guys talking before about someone needs to be a little faster. Well, when you get in your meeting, you better be a lot faster than you are now, bro.
Never good when he ends it with pal.
You can see this mitts before? Jerry got he got those fucking mitties, boy.
Mitts. Jerry doesn't play.
Like fucking oven mitts.
I got to do your show, Jerry.
What's that?
I got to do your show.
You got to do my show. We got to go to a game next year. I mean, I was reaching out for you a bunch to come to a Nick or a Ranger game, but next year we got to do some things. If you guys want me to make a phone call, I'll call it up for you today.
Yeah, I would love to go see Pearl Jam tonight.
Well, I'll do that. Listen, let me ask you a question. Does Floyd Mayweather come back?
Yeah.
Who does he fight?
Well, it says, the headline is Floyd Mayweather says he'll consider coming out of retirement. Oh, consider. I'm sorry. Okay. Consider coming out of a retirement for a 9-figure payday.
Against who?
So 9's what? 9 is that 100 mil?
100 million.
Minimum? Yep. So come back out of retirement for 100 mil.
Well, the only way you can do that is by fighting Kell Brook over in England or else Danny Garcia, but I don't think that that's going to happen. So I think he's going to come back. I don't know who he's going to fight, but I'd love to see him fight Triple G.
I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, I think he's going to come back too, but they ain't going to have to pay $100 million.
I'm kind of out of the fight game, unfortunately, but people are saying you got to get back in. It's getting exciting again.
Maybe it's
but I think
Triple J. Yeah,
I think he just wanted a headline today. If Mayweather says he'll come out of retirement for 9 figures, then of course you got to print that up on.
What's it going to cost for Jerry Cooney to come out of retirement? That's what I want to know. What's that? Who's Cooney fighting?
Hold on a second. I like that. I like it.
He's nuts.
Not me. I can't even fight with my wife anymore. You know what I mean?
Don't get involved.
I got to face it.
Oh man, that's
poor Jerry. Jerry's in hell.
How's your son too? I met your son. at the Nick game with you when Tracy Morgan and it was me, Tracy, and that day.
I was there too.
You're a good kid. He's not boxing, right? Your kid's not boxing.
No, he knows how to fight. My kids, my 2 sons and my daughter, they know how to box. But no, I don't want them to fight. My kid's going to Lehigh next year. He's going to, you guys said this, Lehigh.
Nice. Good for, what, is he a high school? I don't know what I was going to say.
He's a senior right now. He's going to Lehigh next year, which is an hour and a half away. It's a great engineering school, and he's got the brains. He's got my size and my wife's brains.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Perfect combination.
Good combination.
No, I stopped myself because I was going to ask what high school he went to, but that would only matter for people that listen to us on Long Island, so.
No, he goes to a place called the Magnet School. It's an engineering high school. It's a really fantastic place. I could have never went there, but he's a bright kid. And
so you got them all. You got them all set up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
A private school.
Yeah, you guys talked about making a comeback. I'm going to have to for the colleges today. It's $70,000 a year.
Wow,
that's nuts.
What like that? That's crazy.
That's crazy. How are you going to make that money, Jerry?
$70,000.
You gotta open up your old sports bar.
Here you go. That's all I need.
Wait, where was that?
Back in the day, Jerry had a sports bar.
Where was it, in Long Island?
Yeah, on Jericho. Was it Jericho Turnpike?
Yeah, Cooney's East Side, and it wound up ruining my career, and I haven't had a drink in 28 years since that.
Oh, really?
Wow, congrats. That's good.
Yeah, we used to go check out Cooney's place.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's from my hometown, Huntington.
Nice.
Yeah, listen, I want to tell you something. So many guys have contacted me and talked to me about when I was on your guys' show.
Yeah.
With Dick Cavett. It was great. That was the greatest time in the world.
Yeah, Dick Cavett.
Everybody loves you guys, and they love that show that we did. They always text me or email me or call me, and it was a lot of fun. You guys, I really appreciate being on with you guys.
No, we'll do it again. But you got to tell the story of the bar. So the bar was so crazy that you stopped drinking after that.
No, well, back in the day, I mean, listen, it was so easy for me. I didn't work or anything, and everybody wanted to be around, the Cooney's East Side over there. And life was too crazy. Listen, I knocked out Kenny Norton in 54 seconds in the first round.
Yep.
And my life ended that night. My career ended that night because I started drinking and hanging out and doing some recreational drugs. And
right.
13 months later, I fought Holmes. I didn't have somebody grab a hold of me and say, Cooney, come on, let's pay attention.
Right.
And so I got scared, and I had a rough upbringing. And so that's what happens. But, April 21st was 28 years since I had a drink.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
I saved a lot of money.
Yeah, he knocked out Norton.
Ken Norton. And I shook his hands before too in Vegas.
Fuck, he could punch Ken Norton.
These motherfuckers have the biggest hands you ever seen on a human being.
Right, yeah.
54 seconds, too.
54 seconds?
So he's thinking, I'm the man.
Well, let me ask you guys, how long do you think you can last?
2 seconds.
You?
Not even know.
Oh, God.
How long does it take me to tie my shorts up?
Oh, God. I would just hope that the first punch knocks me out so you didn't have to deal with the other punches, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, just get it over with.
Yeah.
I would just lean with my fucking chin. Please, just do this.
Opie, I tell people when they take that swing and they miss, keep rolling into the fetal position and hold on tight.
Cooney rules.
That's so good.
Listen, you guys remember Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor said, he's in the ring, he's fighting, and some guy takes a shot. It starts in Missouri, he says, and there he is. It gains speed. He's laying on the floor. He says he always got one of those assholes out in the crowd saying, "Get up, get up."
Right.
He said, "Fuck you, that's how I got here."
Exactly.
Anyway, he was a great guy. He was a great guy.
Oh, man, that's good. That's the real game, though, that fight game.
All right, Jerry, you come in and see us soon, all right?
Listen, the fight game is big and strong. We got some big fights coming up.
Yeah.
Errol Spence, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. We have Andre Ward, Kovalov. We got some great fights coming up. So listen, I love you guys.
That's great.
I'm going to call and find out if you're serious about tickets. I'll see what I can do for 2, okay?
Yeah, that would rule. And when are you on? When's the boxing show on?
My boxing show is every Monday, every Friday, 6 to 8 p.m.
Right.
On Rush, Channel 93. It's the greatest show next to you guys. It's the greatest show in the world.
All right.
We talk about a lot of good things. So, love you guys. I'll be back to you, okay?
Love you, brother.
Right. Thank you. Jerry Cooney, everyone.
Very good.
We just met. I love that guy.
He's a great guy, man.
He calls me a lot, though.
Does he?
What does he want? Just to say hello?
We hit it off, and we're both from Huntington.
It's the Long Island in you.
Yeah. Did he forget he calls you, you think?
He was our local celebrity when I was growing up, and it was all about
the biggest thing in your town.
By far. People, Mariah Carey was still working at the supermarket.
Mariah's from there, too?
Oh, my God. My brother knows her pretty well.
Buzzy.
From back in the day.
He knew a sister, too, who used to be tricking?
I don't know if I've ever asked him about the sister. But my brothers, Brett and Quinn, yeah, they know Mariah pretty well.
One of them might have knocked down that sister.
I don't know.
Maybe.
At least got a blowjob. She's smoking crack.
But a lot of people, she was from Harborfields, my high school, and a lot of people say that she was just really fucking annoying because she would just sit in the back of the bus and just sing.
Oh, that is annoying.
But how funny is that? Because people are like,
it's even more annoying when you used to tell her shut the fuck up, and now she's rich.
You hear Mariah Carey before anyone knew Mariah Carey, and she was a cashier at the local supermarket in Greenlawn.
That's up pretty.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I would definitely
from my high school.
Back then too.
More my brother's grade, but yeah, I think the same grade as my brothers, I believe.
She's single again now, right?
And they sort of have the same...
No, she's engaged to that billionaire dude.
They had the same circles. I think she hated my brother, Brett.
Oh, okay.
Brett might be nodding right now. Like was very aware of Brett and did not like him at all. But liked Brett's twin brother, Quinn.
What? You got twin brothers?
Yes, I do. Ooh. They don't look alike, though. They barely look like brothers.
Oh, that's amazing for them.
But they're twins. Yeah. So, and then Jerry Cooney...
Ooh.
Yeah.
It was all about Jerry Cooney sightings in downtown Huntington. Like, people would always have a story. Holy fuck, Jerry Cooney was just here. You just missed him. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I can only imagine. He was a big motherfucker back then, too.
He was a
He's still big, like a wrestler, but he was even...
He was a celebrity in Huntington,
He's still big as shit, though, but yeah.
Oh, he's giant. He would fuck you up, too. He's in good shape.
He's in great shape.
And finally, elephants. No more elephants.
In the circus?
Oh, we keeping you fucking awake?
I'm sorry. I got home late. I apologize. It's not you.
Hey, Yorny.
I love doing that to people that aren't used to these hours.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's my allergies.
That's
They're making you yawn.
They're finally getting rid of the elephants at the circus.
What's the reason behind that?
Brothers.
It's cruel. It's cruel as shit to have them caged up in a fucking city.
Yeah.
Even when I see fat girls in a city, I'm like, this, you need more space.
You got to move out to the country, get some air. Get some good feeding in out in the country.
All right. Well,
yeah, it's just sad.
I saw the elephants a few years back, Philly, and I didn't really give a fuck over the years.
You can still go see them.
And then I saw them, and I'm like, oh, this is just...
Go see them running free, not jump into a hoop or set on fire, motherfucker.
But then where do you see them running free? The fucking Ivory Coast?
That's what they need. They need to have, if they're going to have a refuge, they have refuges here in Pennsylvania and upstate New York.
For the elephants.
Elephants, fucking lions, tigers.
Well, these elephants are going to Florida. They got
there you go.
Big space for them in Florida.
Okay, good.
And they're trying to figure out why they never get cancer.
Never.
Yeah.
Elephants don't get cancer. They're like, well, what the fuck?
I think they're the only mammals that don't.
I think so. So they're like, wait, if we can figure out why the elephants never get cancer, that could help us.
We so busy shooting them and taking a tusk and not finding out real shit that can save our lives.
Yeah, fucking idiots. Killing them for a dumb tusk when, hello, study this thing. You worried about a hard-on? How about you worry about not dying at 28 years old from cancer? Jesus, what's wrong with us?
You would think that would be the number one priority.
But supposedly they don't get cancer.
Yeah.
And they're studying them. And in this particular place in Florida, I think they're
studying the cells and the genes.
They're doing a lot of studying down there. But I would assume you got to do some shit to study that, right?
Hell yeah.
What do you think they're doing for the elephants? Maybe just taking a little blood?
They just taking some blood and cells.
You think that's all it is?
What else do you think? They shooting them with a shampoo on them?
Or my point is, knowing humans, are they making sure they don't get cancer? Like they're trying to give them cancer.
Oh, yeah. They like, why won't this cancer take?
I'm trying to kill this fucking motherfucker in 6 to 8 months.
Been sleeping next to the power lines for the last year. Nothing.
You're right. We are doing that.
We're just dirty. You know, humans are dirty. Yeah. So, like, wait.
Maybe that says take the cell and try to give it to the cell. Like, put cancer in the cell, not the whole elephant.
Are we sure they don't get cancer? Let's really give this a shot.
Soak them in some prostate cancer. We got the prostate juice.
He breathes in Febreze all fucking day for hours. That's still nothing.
Right.
This guy lived. Let's go with the baby powder. What the fuck? Yeah. I doll him up with baby powder.
Yeah, we are cruel, so maybe we are trying to give him cancer.
I don't know. I think in a weird way, I think it's a good thing. I think I've changed over the years. I never gave a shit about this stuff.
You should care. Elephants should not be running around in a fucking circus.
But then I see the dog shows at the same circus when I went in Philly. I didn't give a fuck about the dogs.
Fuck those dogs.
But I think I know why, though.
Why?
Because, all right, the dogs, they can at least find a dog park in the city, get them to run around a little bit.
Yeah.
But the elephants, have you ever been in the bowels of Madison Square Garden when the circus is in town?
No.
They're just, everything is just in cages and all that.
Sad.
In that space down there.
And they try to act like they free when they walk them over the bridge when they come to the city at first. Remember, they have them holding tails and fucking trunks.
Right.
Walking on the highway.
Yeah.
Look, they fun. They love walking on the highway.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
And they're looking over the side going, I think I can fucking survive this shit. What about you? Let go of my fucking tail. I'm going for this shit. Right?
Remember the ones in Korea broke loose because they were hungry? And they just saw them smashing the window of a restaurant. People like that say, that's going crazy. No, they was fighting to get to the kitchen.
They're starving.
To get to the food.
They're hungry.
Because they drug them up a little bit. And, I was bothered by it last time I saw it. Making them stand on that tiny box and shit.
It's like, what's that about?
But as soon as you bring this up on the radio show, Twitter later, fuck the elephants.
But I'm like, I don't mind seeing the elephant just be an elephant. I don't need to see it do tricks.
Yeah.
I just want to see the fucking elephant.
It's pretty impressive just to see it, right?
Yes. When did that get too boring? Like, nah, put a miniskirt on a motherfucker.
Should see the bottom of Radio City Music Hall for the Christmas show. You've seen this, Eric?
Yeah, I took the tour.
Oh. Is it brutal?
No, it's amazing. There's just hay everywhere, and they let them walk around.
Oh, that's great. That's for horses and camels and shit.
Yeah, but all the animal they have, all the livestock down there, they walk around. They have like some leashes on them, so they can't go
too
everywhere,
far, right?
But they're just free to walk around in their space. There's hay and shit all over the place.
Ugh.
Wow,
that's cool.
That's like when the dog show goes to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
the big one. What's the big one?
The Kennel,
one. The what?
Westminster Kennel One.
Yeah, all the locals around the garden get really mad because there is dog shit everywhere because they got to walk them outside. There's no real parks too close by. All right, this was fun. Latest podcast, Dave Navarro. Subscribe, review on iTunes. That's the Opie Radio podcast.
Dave was great.
Huh?
Dave Navarro. I recommended that
was fun.
His movie to a couple people.
Morning Sun.
Yeah.
I got to get him in here for the documentary series. I got to bring that back.
Yes.
You want in on that too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Maybe we should come up with a list first of like some of the movies you want to watch.
Right.
So I can just catch up on some of them shits before.
What's the one I was just turned on to over the weekend about the race? The fucking race. The race. Shit. Hold on. Give me a second here. Barkley Marathon. Everyone's talking about this Barkley Marathon doc on Netflix. Especially Brandon B543 on Twitter.
What's it about?
About a 100-mile race out in the woods. Really enjoyed it. But a few people have said you got to check that one out.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I will do just that. All right. These guys were fucking great. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Boom.
We're good with videos. We've promoted all the videos. We'll get some new shit up today, maybe. Opie Radio on YouTube. Chris Distefano will be at Governor's out there on Long Island, May 13th and 14th. You might get Jerry Cooney.
I hope he comes, Jerry. If you still listen, come.
I can set that up.
He'll be out there.
Get him out here. May 13th and 14th, Governor's in Levittown for Chris Distefano. All his dates are at chrisdcomedy.com and at chrisdcomedy on the Twitter.
On the Twitter and Snapchat, CDTV.
What's this? I don't...
You got to get on the Snapchat's #1 app.
I know, but...
You got to get on it, Opie. What are you, old man? Us young kids are all on Snapchat.
Snapchat.
All I do all day is Snapchat.
Yeah.
Snapchatting.
Are you Snapchatting?
You gotta.
You're Snapchatting.
No, I'm down with it. Yeah, I'm down with what everybody doing.
You are down with what the kids are doing today.
Down with the kids. Snapchat.
Sherrod Small, thanks,
Snapchat.
buddy.
No doubt.
Race Wars Wednesday at 7.
7 to 9, man. We got a special show this week.
And the big A&E show's coming soon.
July 6th, air date. Yes, Wednesday, July 6th. Yo, you got to check that out. It's going to be...
What's the Amy Schumer thing?
Everything.
That keeps popping up. I know we were leaving. Greenville man defends selfie after Amy Schumer's Instagram blast. What happened, Eric?
What? She said this guy came up with his phone on, got right in her face, taping her and everything, and she's like, "Get out of my face!" And he said, "America, something like we paid for you, America owes you," or something like that.
What?
And
Weird.
she cursed him out, and now this guy's putting up his video saying that it wasn't exactly how she said. Amy said she's never taking photos with people again in public just because of this guy.
Listen, I didn't see the video yet, but this guy's an asshole, and Amy's right.
Yeah.
You want to push play on the video?
Right off of that, I already know.
Let me see the video.
Need tree removal?
Yeah, this guy looks like a dick.
Tree removal?
Like a dick face.
Oh.
It reset after a while.
He looked like an absolute dick face.
Give it 1 second.
Can't you cut down your own stupid tree?
I don't think you're legally allowed to.
Tree dimensions.
I don't think you can, too. You're not supposed to.
Just a few seconds of video with comedian Amy Schumer has turned Leslie Brewer into a recognizable face.
Instagram guy. Yeah, I'm setting the record straight.
It was a celebrity fan
let's say
selfie gone wrong.
I peek around and I see her face and I'm like, all right, cool. So I hurry up and get on my Instagram and I'm like, here goes Amy, and then she just loses it and she just gets mad. And
Schumer performed in Greenville Friday on the spot.
Why wouldn't you stop and say hello?
Huh?
That day, she turned to Instagram to tell her followers about the selfie scuffle. She took a picture of Brewer and said she wouldn't be taking any more pictures with fans because of him. She also claimed he told her that she was paid for and that he scared her before taking the selfie after she told him not to. It happened right here at the corner of Main Street and McBee Avenue. He says there were lots of other people around pointing, shouting, and taking pictures of the comedian.
And I told her, this is America. I said, in America, when you see a celebrity, you go and take a selfie. Like, we got selfie sticks for it. Like, I mean,
no, you're an asshole, dude. This dude's a dick. You don't run up on somebody and just say, what? You're a dick.
Yeah.
Now he says he's being bullied online by her fans and that she told him it would happen, even though he believes they don't know the full story.
If I wasn't as strong a person I am, people will really cry and break down over all the comments. Like, that is totally false, what she wrote about me.
He tells us he apologized and turned the video off as soon as he realized she was upset. He decided to post this video as his own proof because he says he's not the man that Schumer's post shows him to be.
It feels as if I did what any other fan would have done if they would have seen that one of their celebrities.
In Greenville, Christine Brown, 7 News.
That was horribly edited.
How is that on the news?
I don't know. There's nothing going on in that town.
Holy shit.
Bloody Rock.
the editing on that for a news organization, that was horrible, left and right channel, and it was garbage.
But yeah, you don't run up and take a selfie. You say, "Hey, I'm a big fan. Do you mind if I take a picture with you?"
Right.
You don't run up to a woman and fucking with your camera out yelling. It's like, you're dumb, dude. You're dumb.
I wonder if Norman was there. Well, Norman probably knows.
I
was on
not good.
Not good.
Not good. That's annoying, I guess. He seems like an annoying fella.
Yeah.
Mad annoying.
But
mad annoying.
People do get excited when they see the celebrities walking around.
I get that, but don't think that you're entitled to run up taking a selfie like this or just filming somebody walking down the street like that's America.
No, shut up. That's stupid.
She said stop, and he said no, America. It's America, and we paid for you. But it seems like anytime Amy says something now, everyone just thinks she's lying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Well,
you know what?
That's bullshit.
If it's so America, go do the same thing to Little Kim, nigga, and see what happens to you.
Oh, shit.
If it's still America,
You'll
go
be-
do that.
You'll be missing an eye.
People talk shit because he thought he could get away with it. That's why he did it to Amy.
Right.
Beat it.
All right. We did it.
We did great today.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
fun. Now we go home. Thank you for listening, and Jimmy will be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think that's all we got today.
That was great.